Sayin. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favourite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. And we are hosted by the best people. Let's introduce ourselves.
Big Moss from the east side of the bridge. You know what time it is already. Friday. We out of here, baby.
We're putting live today. It's your favourite shade queen, my own royalty.
The undisputed voice of reason, the oracle, big man use.
And they call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer, news analyst, melanin jam.
Okay, back from annual leave, guys. This has got a fresh stream and everything. How's everyone doing?
Good, man.
Yeah.
Good. I had a nice chill. I watched Love Island.
Oh, lovely.
I got you.
Did you?
Yeah, it was shit though, but I thought I'd just have a
Thank you, because people... Oh, yeah, okay, so basically, I see the comments, guys.
What are they saying?
They keep saying that someone said I watch it with one eye open. He was like, Esther gets the gist of it, but she be getting facts wrong. What did I say Dami's baby was called? Did I say Funke or Ronke?
Ronke.
It's Funke.
I was Funke.
My bad.
Funke.
That's why the video came up. You know that video for the YouTube one?
Yeah.
Where you end up in McDonald's, that one? Yeah. So
that video was legendary though.
Absolutely legendary.
So many quotables.
Do you remember the video? And he tells his dad that he got a 16-year-old pregnant.
Yeah. No, 14.
14. Is that 14?
14?
You could
be prosecuted for that.
And he's like, I'm going to call your mum. He's like,
No, that video was so
bloody
many quotables.
Iconic video.
Yeah.
Shout out, what's his name? E-Man. I think his name is E-Man.
Okay.
He's hilarious. So yeah, people are saying that I'm watching it one eye open and they're like, I get the gist, but I'm getting the facts wrong. Guys, there's only so much I can do. Truly. But it should be better today. Yes, everyone else good?
We good money over here.
Yeah, man.
Lovely.
All good. You looking forward to the weekend?
Yeah. I mean, I can't really brag about Hot Girl Summer anymore. You'll kill my dream.
Why? What happened?
They said I was having a lukewarm summer. I came here on Monday so happy about my weekend.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, a hot girl summer, blah, 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 blah. And they said, because I'm not sleeping about, it's a lukewarm.
No, but
someone went out of their way. They told me to tell Esther I'm usually on her side, but she was waffling so much that day.
Wow.
But you've got MCMs. You need to be outside doing
exactly.
craziness.
First of all, but I was saying to them that a hot girl summer is not about what your pussy's doing. It's about having fun.
Yeah, exactly.
And it caters to everybody in different ways within the hot girl franchise. But they weren't getting
not the
that.
franchise.
It's a franchise. That's a movement. It's a movement. But it's a nice weekend this weekend. I think it's 27 degrees. I know you don't watch the weather.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
The sun is shining this
Well,
weekend.
all weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're black.
And it rains on Monday, so yeah. Life is about balance.
It's going to rain Monday?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. But we move.
We don't need that.
But yeah, before we go ahead into our first headline, you guys subscribe to our channel. Our subscriptions, that's it. Yeah, our subscriptions are growing and we'd love to see it. And you said the next target is 3K, so let's get there.
Yep.
All right, let's get to our first headline.
Okay.
I was about to say, this is awkward.
So the NHS are looking to close the Tavistock Child Gender Clinic. So the NHS has revealed it will close the UK's only dedicated gender identity clinic for children and young people. The Tavistock and Portman NHS Foundation Trust has been told to shut the clinic by spring of next year after it was criticised in an independent review. Instead, the NHS says new regional centres will be set up to ensure the holistic needs of patients are fully met. The trust said it supported plans for a new model due to a rise in referrals. So the changes are due to take place because of an independent review that concluded that the Tavistock Clinic needed to be transformed. The new centres, one based in London and the other in the northwest of England, are due to be fully open in the spring of next year and would run in conjunction with leading children's hospitals, including Great Ormond Street and Out Ere. The NHS say the new centres will aim to help support young people under the age of 18 who are struggling with their gender identity and be linked to mental health care and GP services where relevant. So yeah.
Okay.
The next headline.
That's a bit misleading.
What?
I thought they were closing it down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was going to say that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Upgrading that.
Because, headlines.
Yeah,
that's how they get you.
Yeah.
That's why TDA is here, to let you know the truth.
So the next one is kind of serious. So there's no hot water in Germany, man.
Kinda. It's very serious.
Yeah. So basically, the German city of Hanover has become the first major city to ban hot water and central heating in public buildings in response to Vladimir Putin's alleged weaponizing of gas supplies. The drastic step comes as Germans have been told to expect sky-high electricity bills and sweeping gas rationing measures that will affect their day-to-day lives. The EU has also agreed to lower demand for Russian gas this winter by 15%. In a bid to save energy, Hanover has decided hot water will no longer be available for hand washing in public buildings or in showers at swimming pools, sports halls, and gyms. Public fountains are also being switched off to save energy, and there will be no nighttime lights on major buildings such as town halls and museums. The mayor, Belit One, said the goal was to reduce the city's energy consumption by 15%, anticipating an imminent gas shortage, which will likely pose a significant challenge for big cities. The rules apply to heating too. So public buildings will not have any heating from April to the end of September each year. So it's not just this year, each year going forward, with room temperatures limited to a maximum of 20 degrees Celsius for the rest of the year, with some exceptions. Portable air conditioners, heaters, and radiators are all banned.
Stay in your house.
Yeah.
You can't, you got to work.
I think this headline is misleading though.
Why you say that?
You said no hot water in Germany. No, there's no hot water in Hanover in public places. It's very specific.
But yeah, as we mentioned before, Germany has relied on Russian gas in large quantities for a long time, but has recently accused Russia of restricting the flow in retaliation for EU sanctions over the war in Ukraine. Russia, of course, denies this. At the moment, Russian gas supplies now account for about a quarter of Germany's needs, compared to more than half before the war. That's a big step though. Like the entire city.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was
You know
going to
what I'm
say,
saying?
like, when we were reading, I was thinking, what is the buildings? Is this just Russian buildings? Also,
No, yeah.
as
sorry.
well, yeah. Is there nowhere else to get energy from besides Russia?
Yeah, that's why it's more expensive. Because I guess they kind of have the best. They have a monopoly on it, kind
The
of.
best deal.
Yeah, so much of it, and they can, much more competitive. But
It
yeah.
didn't look like anyone's trying to do anything about this Russian situation.
It's not a overnight thing. That's why.
Yeah, but the powers that be, because I love a conspiracy.
Mm.
I believe that they know what to do in times when they need to do what they need to do.
Mm.
If you catch my drift. But in this situation,
Yeah.
the people are not doing what one would think
Mhm.
they would know they need to do to get the world going.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mads, what's the problem with killing Putin? Assassinating Putin?
Who said that?
Say, what's the problem?
Yeah, that's asking the questions.
Huh?
Yeah. What could arise?
What if you assassinate Putin?
Yeah.
Anarchy, man.
As in with world governments.
I think who if someone from another country is
Yes.
assassinated? Oh God.
Yes. And
Okay.
it's clear that, let's say, America did it.
But do the people of Russia, do they love Putin?
That's the thing.
Some of them do, yeah.
Or
I
is
think-
he-
Some, not all.
Is he a
Substantial
loved-
amount.
I think the majority. I think the majority do.
Okay.
Really?
I think the majority do. I think like if America assassinated him, yeah, because they're not going to play ball no more after that. So whoever takes up the reins after that, they got a vendetta. You get me? And I think they'll settle the score.
But then what if it's like hypothetically, of course,
Mhm.
an in-house kind of thing? Because we're saying some
Like a mutiny, like a
Western-
coup.
Yeah.
Because
Hmm.
also
That could be different.
this
That would be
man
different.
allegedly has medical things going on.
Well, he's on
What
his
if
way
it's
out,
natural?
innit?
Do you get what I mean? So what if he's on his way out, but it's like a
Mm.
Yeah, but he's probably lined up his successor already,
Probably.
isn't it?
Yeah.
They probably know
he's in a democracy over there.
I mean, they tell you it is,
Huh?
but
within reason.
yeah.
It's crazy, man.
It's like my kind of democracy.
Yeah, it's a dictatorship, guys. So basically, there's no solution to this then until he decides.
Well,
that,
Russia have a lot of power, so it's not like like the powers that be. Like Russia are a power that be.
they are they.
You get me? So
They are the dangerous people.
yeah, there's the conversations that need to be had are different.
Yeah,
You get
that's
me?
wild, man. That is wild. That's wild.
But if we move away from these types of energy usage, then I think everything changes. If we go to renewable energy.
Mm.
Like,
I was say, so if you're not relying on them, if there's just no need for them,
100%.
the
But do
growing
we have enough time
the growing pains are going to be
to
too hard,
implement
man.
I think
Yeah.
they already have that.
Are you speaking in the mic? Sorry. Just going for the
Can you hear me? I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they already have that in a locker. They've had that for years.
What,
why don't
renewable energy?
Renewable energy.
So why don't we get to go?
Since Roswell, they've had renewable energy.
Have you
So
seen
why
that?
don't we
Have you
get
seen
to
that
go?
place that they're building in Saudi
Because
Arabia?
of money.
You seen the place that they're building in Saudi Arabia?
I read the
No.
story, but I didn't actually watch
The wall?
video. Yeah.
No.
With the bringing that the long wall is like 100 kilometers long or something, and
What's that wall of?
something
I saw it
wide.
on Twitter
It's a
the other day.
city, so they're not building cities outwards no more. They're building it all
Mm.
in the wall, and it's all going to be all self-sufficient, renewable energy,
It's giving
all this thing
sense.
in Saudi Arabia. It costs like $1 trillion. Where did I find it? I should find the links.
I
I can
got it,
send
I
you.
got it, I got it.
You-
But
It's
it's-
giving
Is that a video
It's a video, yeah.
with the information on it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, it's gonna be
It's gonna be
crazy. That's right in the middle of the desert, isn't it, as well? The world's changing.
Mm-hmm.
The world's
Not changing
changing.
fast enough. Do you know what's crazy, right?
Mm.
Because you know how the petrol prices have gone down.
Mm.
I bought petrol yesterday for 180.9.
180.
Mate,
Wow.
Where you find
like
that?
I was robbing it. Where was it?
180.
Yeah, no.
180. Oh, it was in
The Sainsbury's in Beckton, diesel's now 190.
Yeah.
I don't know
So-
what diesel is. I don't got diesel.
Oh.
I don't know what diesel is. No, it was in Orpington. At Esso.
Why the hell were you
Oh,
in
that's far,
Orpington?
man. I go Orpington. By the time I come back, I have no petrol.
Why the hell were you in Orpington?
That is the area where I reside.
Oh, you live in Orpington?
Yeah, because you want to tell everyone my business.
You come from Orpington every single day.
No, I don't.
Would you live there?
I would live here.
This is
You'd live
wild.
there?
I would live here. So the either side of the wall is solar panels, right?
Yeah, I think so. I believe.
That's beautiful. I would live there. I would live there. Easy.
Was
You
it?
would live there.
I mean, I hate
Cause havoc there, to be honest.
but terrorist attacks and stuff like that in a city like that. Like,
Who's attacking them?
I just mean like,
to be honest.
I just mean safety though in a city like that
Well,
is.
you're all gonna get got.
No, but it's
It's very close.
yeah, it's technical.
Mm.
They have to put a lot of things in place to make
I
sure
think they would.
everybody's
I
safe.
think they would.
But even then, I don't know how you police it. It's when everybody's on top of each other. Yes, there's a lot to take into consideration there. But the concept's dope
Japan's
though.
been fine.
Huh?
Japan's been fine.
In what sense?
Everybody's literally living on top of each other in Japan. They're all
Yeah,
squeezed
but-
in.
Yeah, but it's still squeezed in exactly how they
Sounds
do it in
like
New York. It's still in a conventional. It's still in a conventional sense, if that makes sense. With the Japanese, it's still in a conventional sense. It's not like that.
Yeah, it's not designed like that.
Mm.
But
Yeah, but not
some
even
people,
design like that. I'm saying
it's
this.
worse in Japan. They literally just, this is my cubicle. Here you go.
I haven't seen that.
Some of them even have beds like they rent in their workplace.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, so they never leave the work.
Yeah, but there's still.
Yeah, I know it doesn't look like that.
Not look that within the confinements of is different. You get me?
I don't know why it sounds as though I'm arguing with you. I'm not arguing with you. I mean,
No, we're not arguing.
yeah, I agree with you. It's different, but I would live there only because it's different than what we have here. And you're just thinking about what happens if there's a fire or there is a bomb. It just murks a lot of people. But what if it doesn't?
That's true.
What if it does?
Yeah,
What if it does?
but that's nice. That's nice, man.
But I'm sorry, back to my energy thing, my conspiracy, right?
Mm.
So I found cheaper petrol yesterday.
Mm.
Tell me why I spend the exact same money and my tank wasn't even on like empty. They are putting the prices down, but I don't think they're putting the prices down on the system because it don't make sense to me. I literally spent the exact same amount of money that I did when it was higher.
Yeah,
It's
but
the-
yeah, but are you
so
sure-
they
are you
stepped
sure
on it.
The amount of liters you got was the same.
That's what
It's
I'm
the
saying.
same.
Are
My car
you
engine changed.
positive?
Yeah, because I fill my tank every time. But like this time, I wasn't even all the way low, so it should have really been cheaper anyway. Because my petrol wasn't done. Do you get what I mean?
Mm.
And I spent the exact same money. Something is not right.
But the change wouldn't be, you know what I mean? Like
It should-
huge.
And I've been buying petrol for like 189.
Yeah, but how long ago was that? Like the time before, like the 180,
Yeah,
how much do you buy petrol for?
it's been what has it been like 187,
I don't know
188,
what that petrol is.
189.
No, you're saying before it got up to 180, what was
Yeah,
it?
just the
160,
time before.
160 something, 150 something.
No,
something
but I'm
like that.
saying
No, I mean like say the time, because you're comparing it to the time just before, right?
as in
Before you filled the tank yesterday.
Yeah,
The last time you filled the tank.
yeah.
Well, like what was the petrol price at that time?
That was 183 or like no 185. I think something like that. 180. No. 187.9. I remember. I remember there was another Tesco.
Okay.
Listen, I don't know why you're for the man, conservative looking ass, but something's going on because it don't make sense to me. How is it 10p cheaper and I'm still paying the exact same money?
Right.
Petrol's a myth.
I'm sure you got more liters for your money.
I didn't.
I believe you.
Because on my dashboard it tells me how many liters, how many miles I've got. And it's the exact same thing.
But did you check the liters on the actual machine?
It needs to happen to them
Babes.
for them to basically change. The
Yeah,
tune.
clearly.
Yeah,
Because how can you be telling?
because
It's
I
not the
believe
same
you.
car I've been driving for how long? I didn't change.
I'm just looking at the maths. I'm looking
They're
at.
suggesting
I'm
that
telling you,
you're
it's a
looking at.
conspiracy. They're trying to get
They're
us.
suggesting you're looking at the meter with one eye.
Literally, I'm watching the same. I'm looking at it the same way I watch Love Island. Apparently. Anyway, do you know you guys are gonna come back here and tell me. And guess what? I'm not gonna care about it. Anyways, let's get into the topic of the day. What you saying? This show loves a callback. You can't let shit go. So, you want to introduce this to us because this is your bag?
Oh, nah, I mean, well, Brett's gonna.
Why is this coming back at me? I'll call it the clip.
No, because it's TD. It's what we do. We beat a horse until it's dead.
Watch this. You ever remember people hating to go to church because they talked about how the preacher only preached fire and brimstone? That whenever the preacher was harsh and told people what you need to do, it's only recently that I found out that people want grace from the pulpit, but they have none for it. Because every time a preacher makes a mistake, y'all dog them, you drag them, you cancel them. But we pray for you. It's my party. I'm a preach today. I'm a preach today. Because when you on your third husband, you need prayer. But when we on ours, we need a new career. You got 5 baby daddies and 6 kids. But let the preacher have more than one, and all of a sudden he ain't anointed. Well, neither are you. And the reason why the black community is missing leaders is because you have been tricked into crucifying your own leadership, and you counsel all of your heroes, and you wonder why you have none left. Everybody wants grace from the podium, but we have none for it. Watch this. You ever remember?
Thing is, my question is, when you're a pastor and you're a preacher, are you putting yourself on a pedestal
Yes.
to where, like, you should be better?
Yes.
Therefore, when you do wrong, the ridicule is more.
Yes.
No?
Yeah, but
Exactly
I
that.
still see it as
It's
they're
not,
human
man.
beings, man.
They are human beings.
Yeah.
They're doing the Lord's work. And
They're-
you don't
listen.
know, the disciples, the people who God had around him was the worst of the worst.
There you go.
Sorry,
There you
take me
go.
there. They were?
Hmm?
Yeah, but
Exactly.
yeah, but the thing is, if I'm looking
but when
at
they...
a priest on E-Man,
I'm so sorry.
Sorry, go on.
I'm so sorry.
yeah, go on.
I'm not about to let that one slide.
What do you say? What do you say?
Possible.
What do you say?
They were what they were before they got called to follow Jesus.
Mhm.
After they got called to follow Jesus, they did not go back to collecting
No,
taxes
of course not.
and murdering and stuff like that. So you can't be a pastor who is doing whatever you're doing before you get the calling to be a pastor. And then when you are a pastor, you're doing what you're doing.
No, what I'm saying is we all fall short in it. You're gonna hold yourself to certain standards and stuff like that, but we're all human in it, and this is the point that they're trying to make. They're still doing the Lord's work within their humanized stuff in it. So when they do things that are just human error or whatever, stuff that everybody else is doing for you,
Yeah.
I'm getting judged of it differently. And I get you're gonna try and say they're preachers, they should get judged of it differently, but
Yeah.
being a preacher doesn't mean you're perfect. You know what I'm
It
saying?
doesn't
Like,
mean you're...
no one's free of sin or anything. Nobody is. It's a work in
Do
progress
you know
all
what
the time.
So, 1 second. So preachers shouldn't get judged harsher. They should get judged the same as us.
Let me say this. Okay, cool. Look here. Preachers should probably, most people when you're in an elevated part of society,
Yeah.
it's a better standard in it. So
Yeah.
you should get judged harsher
Yeah.
if you do things that just for the things you do. I get what you're
Yeah.
saying here, but I'm saying that there's normal real life stuff. So a preacher there's expectations you should have of them. So
Yeah,
if you
of
go
course.
above and beyond or do something outlandish, and of course you're going to be judged worse because you're a preacher. Why the hell are you doing that?
Yeah.
But I'm saying for the normal stuff,
Mm.
for the human things,
Mm.
you can't expect the preacher to be any better than you just because he's a preacher. Because we're human. He's a man first.
Do you know, I'm not saying that by any means any preacher should be perfect. Absolutely not. You don't have you can't be, as a Christian, you're not going to be perfect until you meet God and He makes you perfect. It's impossible for us to be perfect in our human form. It's impossible. So I'm not saying any preacher has to be perfect, anything like that. But I do think that you will get judged harsher because, like I said the other day, you're not like me. I'm not in charge of anybody. No one is looking to me. Obviously, my normal Christian life, I should like influence people and whatever, but I'm not essentially in charge of any flock. I'm not in charge of any people. So you will get judged harsher because you're actually someone who's in charge. If you've got a manager, if you're at work here, you're in a workplace, and typically you and your other colleague, you skive off and, here and there, you skive basically here and there, right? When you're now in the manager's position, the expectations of you is different. You can't be moving and joking about and being silly the way you did when you were a normal employee. It's the same way with a pastor. So I'm not saying you have to be perfect. Of course, you make mistakes and whatever. But the reality is that when you're a pastor and stuff like that, and when you're a pastor and you make mistakes, unfortunately, in church, there is some form of action that's taken about that. So, for example, say you're a pastor and you committed adultery. For a while, you will have to step down from that position.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? So there's certain things in place to make sure that the house of God is the way it's meant to be. So I'm not saying, because you've been given this responsibility by God, you're automatically not going to sin. You're automatically going to... Absolutely, that's not realistic. You're a human being, right? However, the expectations on you is different. And I feel like one of the things that probably help you go in anyway is knowing that the expectations on you is different. However, in these situations where people are consistently chasing wealth, that's not you making a mistake. That's you living in your mistake.
But see, this is what I was trying to say. I was saying, why is it that when you see someone wearing Gucci suit, I don't know, gold, Rolexes and whatnot, we think they're chasing wealth? Do you know what? It could be a personality.
No. You wearing stuff here doesn't automatically equate to you chasing it.
But this is what I'm saying. But everyone in the congregation looks at the pastor, or people who don't go to that congregation of that church, look at the pastor and think he's one of those who chase wealth.
Not necessarily. It's what It's what comes with it. It's when you get on the pulpit and what you're saying on there is encouraging everyone else to chase wealth. It's not just about your appearance. Because remember I said to you as well, they're the pastors who dress nice. They're pastors in nice suits. John MacArthur's in nice suits. Like, people are in nice clothing. They look presentable. But if you're all blinged out, looking like a rapper, I'm not gonna lie to you, that is, for me, it is a red flag. Because the word of God says that your focus in life should not be about all these things. Like, you shouldn't be coming to the pulpit trying to show off. Granted, that might be your normal way. But I think what is being missed here is that when you become a Christian, material stuff are things of the world. Yeah. When you become a Christian, things of the world don't appeal to you as much.
Yeah, but they don't appeal as much, but you still want to look good. And in your eyes...
There's a difference, man.
No. But in your eyes, look, all right, for example, look at someone like Jay-Z. Yeah? When he first come out, obviously, flashy and whatnot. Yeah. Now, I still would believe he spends the same amount of money, if not more, on certain watches. It's just less diamonds. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's more classic pieces. Yeah. In a similar type of way. And I say that because his personality would have changed with time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think there's the same thing with certain pastors. A lot of these guys who are wearing mad bling and whatnot, they're like 40. When they get to 60, they ain't going to be doing that.
What is the purpose of wearing like mad bling if it's not to show people that you got wealth?
So you think everyone just does that just for that? It's because you like it.
I don't believe that.
So every time a woman gets proposed to, yeah, and she's showing her thing on the thingy, right, and it's got mad diamonds in it, you think it's just to say, "Oh, I'm married, guys."
No, because I've seen girls post rings that look like a speck of dust with the same vim and same energy.
But they're different. They're different. What about the other ones? The influencers and whatnot. The influencers and whatnot. Who's got emeralds and rubies and diamonds and whatnot. Are they doing that just for that?
Listen, that's not a good example because with proposals, if a girl's proposed with a Haribo ring, she's showing you the Haribo ring and her caption is going to be as long as the girl who's got the emerald cut. No. I just think that with pastors and stuff like that, like, I think it's just, it's everything. It's everything. At the end of the day, yeah, like, Jesus rode in on a donkey. He was dressed minimal and stuff like that. Like, and I'm not saying God can't bless you. God can bless you, but I cannot believe that people who wear 4 5 chains, this pastor in particular, was dressed head to toe looking like he's a flipping Gucci advert. And you're telling me this is just his personality? No, you want to show your wealth. He was also doing little ad-like videos where he said people to come to the church. And what's he doing? We're seeing him rolling in a Rolls Royce where he's making sure the camera shows that it's a Rolls Royce. What is that about? You're trying to show off. That is not your personality. Because you know what it is? Sorry. People that have it, yeah, they don't have to make the most noise. Like you said, Jay-Z, his shirts probably cost my monthly salary. But he doesn't have to make noise and let people know this is this. When you start showing off items you're wearing, you're showing off. You want people to know that I have wealth, I have money.
But it's just like what that pastor just said in the clip, right? He said when pastors preach about fire and brimstone, yeah, everyone's depressed, upset, don't want to come to church. Yeah. People are now talking about prosperity, dressing nice, and et cetera, et cetera. There's more attention. Why is that necessarily a bad thing?
It's a bad thing. because that's not what the word of God is about. You can't tell me that because and it goes back again to people thinking that God is so desperate for friends. It's not that. No. It is that, because you're telling me that you're preaching about what the word of God tells you to preach about, and people aren't coming to church. So you think that God is so desperate, let me switch it up and preach about the things they want to hear. Let me come to church and preach about hot girl summer. Let me come to church and preach about getting money and stuff like that. That would draw more people in. That's drawing more people in that don't know God. So the whole point, him. You can't. Oh no.
But why?
You cannot know God if the purpose of you coming in to know God is under false pretenses.
Not necessarily.
Yes, necessarily. I will bet everything on my life this is, because you can't entice me into church with money and I'm going to come there for salvation.
Look at the
You did not entice me with
Something
salvation.
you can change though.
Nah, man.
You can go there for the wrong reasons and get the right things out of it.
But the thing is, but the right message doesn't get preached. Because you know what is, at what point there? So when you have a campaign to draw people in with wealth, when does that campaign stop? Is it? Do you do 2 Sundays every month? Because really, what you find with these churches, and the thing, I'm saying these things so passionately because I've been to these churches. Yeah. That message doesn't stop, because what it is, if your mindset is that you want to draw crowds in, that already is a problem in itself. That you want to have people. You do it. Essentially, the root of that is wanting popularity. If your mindset is that you want your church to be big, that is, trust me, any pastor that changes his message to get more people because you want your church to be big, because you're looking at other people's churches. So at what point, if you're drawing people in with using wealth and using things that they want that's pleasing for, and the Bible even says this, please, I can't remember the verse exactly, but you're saying stuff that's pleasing to the ears to draw them in. At what point do you change your message? Because guess what? When you change your message, the people who don't like what it is that, who came in for prosperity, who came in for wealth, because this is clearly like a wealth seminar now, they're going to leave. And so your number's going to dip again. And so what are you going to do? You're going to preach about money again, and they're going to... So it's a vicious cycle.
In the Bible, Paul said something along the lines of, I've become many things to many people so that many will be saved. So the things that he necessarily... I'm not saying he went, off the rails and became a mad sinner or whatever.
He definitely didn't.
But there's things that he didn't necessarily believe in 100%, so that he can be in certain crowds.
I don't know if that was the context of what he said. I'm going to have to get the verse.
I'll find it for you.
Please find it, because I definitely don't think that was the context. Because I think him saying I've been many things to many people is probably the way, like, he's been of help, like of what's we saying the other day, liability or asset.
Yeah.
To different people in different ways. I don't think it's because like he was out here, he saw people that were doing drugs and said, like, I'll be a drug dealer with you just to get you into the word of God.
No, it's more so. I think that particular, I'll find it, but I think that particular concept was about food and what people should eat and stuff. Remember, he was a Jew, right? He didn't eat no pork, nothing like that.
Yeah.
But when he went amongst the Gentiles, what did he start doing? He started eating pork. His teaching changed to be more inclusive. You know what I'm saying? So that
did he start eating pork? Did he tell people? What I remember,
eating pork with them.
What I remember was him saying that basically, if your faith means that you don't want to eat pork, but another person's faith means they're not convicted about eating pork, don't be harsh on them for their convictions.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
He was eating pork, I'm telling you.
That's great. Can you give me the verse, please?
I will find it for you. Remember, when the bad people out there will start correcting us. But when Peter went to meet Paul, right, when he was preaching and stuff, Peter started eating what they were eating. But when he went back to Israel, to Jerusalem and whatnot, he stopped eating. And that's when Paul called him a hypocrite, saying, why is it that over here you can do these type of things, over there you can't? That's because Paul changed his message. This is why you got Christians today who say it's okay to eat pork and eat basically nothing's...
do you know what? I think saying he changed his message is what's throwing me off, because he didn't change his message. The message that the disciples always preached was salvation and people needing to be saved. I don't think he changed his message. I think maybe he because with Jews back then, they were really like, Jews like for like kind of thing. He probably associated with different people from different cultures, but I do not believe his message changed, because then in the same way then, when he was around people who were rich and stuff like that, he would have been preaching about God will bless you. Instead, they were telling them that, like, don't let your life be so well focused. Share your wealth. So I don't think he changed his message. I think maybe he was more approachable in the way he was preaching, but I do not think the message changed. And that is the problem, because you cannot change your message from what the word of God says to draw people in. The point I'm making is, there was certain things, as a Jew, there was things that was prohibited. That was a taboo. They couldn't do. Yeah.
Being a Christian, he changed. He was the one that basically, like, 80% of Christian doctrine is based on Paul's teaching, not the disciples, Paul, right? And basically, when he became a Christian, a lot of these things, he kind of said, you know what? That's in the past.
Yeah,
That's,
but to be
that's
fair,
the
though,
law.
actually, no.
That's this.
Before he said that, Jesus did, because Jesus came back and said a lot of the things that the Mosaic laws and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That was all in the past, because that way they didn't have a direct. They basically had to go through priests and stuff to have contact to Jesus, to have contact to God. Jesus came so we can have that. So I can now be the one to pray directly to God and speak to God. That's why they had all the prophets earlier, because they were the middleman between human beings and God. But Jesus came, so that barrier is broken. So we now have a direct contact to God. So a lot of the stuff about laws, about eating, stuff like that, that was God's way of trying to make them as clean as it could. So really, all that food stuff, since Jesus came, isn't really a thing. And that's why he was talking about, like, it's as your conviction.
Yeah, but Jesus didn't eat pork.
Yeah, Jesus didn't eat pork because he probably didn't want to eat pork.
No,
But
because he was
didn't-
a Jew. That's the reason.
And
Nothing to do with that.
That's fair enough. But I'm saying, what I'm trying to say is that pork, no pork, beef, whatever you're eating, the message never changed. The message of salvation never changed. Churches today, you cannot say you're going to deviate from what the core of what Jesus' entire existence is, which is salvation, to then saying you're going to preach about money.
But Esther,
I'm not buying that.
The verse is, for though I am free from all men,
Yes.
I have made myself a slave to all, that I might win the more. And to the Jews I became as a Jew, that I might win Jews. To those who are under the law, as under the law, though not being myself under the law, that I might win those who are under the law. To those who are without law, as without law, though not being without the law of God, but under the law of Christ, that I might win those who are without law. To the weak I became weak, that I might win the weak. I have become all things to all men, that I may by all means save some. And I do all things for the sake of the gospel, that I may become a fellow partaker of it. I don't think that basically says that he became worldly and started worshipping worldly things in order to appeal to the worldly people.
No.
Because imagine, do you know what's the verse you just read? Do you know what's at the core of all of that? The gospel. What is not at the you coming to ride in a Rolls Royce and preaching money to me is not the gospel. How are you not hearing this? Are you really is this the hill you really want to die on? I can't believe you're not hearing this.
No. It's because there's a double standard. What I'm trying to say to you is very simple. Like I said, right, before, Jews looked at the Gentiles and said, we want no parts of these people, right? Paul changed that. He said, to those people, I'm going to be like them. In a sense where, again, what you just said, those people who had no law, I'll be like those people who had no law. So that he can appeal to them, right? So there's a reasoning, right? And then, obviously, they can know about his faith and whatnot. I'm not saying he started doing all types of crazy things, but I'm basically trying to say there was something there to appeal to people, to reach out to people that are not like the people who are saved, who know better. That's what I'm trying to say. So if a pastor is wearing certain things from his old life, number one, because it's his personality, I don't think that's wrong. Number two, if he's doing that to appeal to people, to get certain people to ask questions, right? And to be like, you know what, this Christian thing isn't boring. I can still be myself. I can still wear certain jeans. I can still do certain things, right? And still be a Christian. Why is that a bad thing? That's what I'm talking about.
I'm not sure if it is you guys are making the same argument. I think I said the other time when we were talking about this, if the focus is diverted from the gospel, then he must cease.
Yeah.
Because the focus is now on him. Do you agree with that, Emmanuel?
100%.
All right. So we agree.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, then Esther's completely correct.
Yeah.
If they're distracted from what the message is, then he must stop.
And if he doesn't preach the message, then he must stop. I agree with that.
Right.
I'm just saying, I don't think it's fair for us to look at someone and say, I know he's not preaching the message. He's just about material things. I just think, how can you tell?
Do you know what's wild? Is that people make these assumptions, and then when said pastors open their mouth, they prove them right. So where do we go from here? Because I have not seen one pastor that looks worldly and all that kind of stuff that is actually preaching the gospel. I haven't.
How many sermons have you listened to?
Babes, my sample size has been enough for me to make a whole generalization on.
I don't believe you.
Emmanuel, I'd like you to give us an example of these preachers who are blinging it out that you don't question.
No, but the burden of proof is not on me. It's
No, but
on the
how
other
long
side.
started this? You
No, but
made it-
E-man, as
you made it the word of the topic of the day
but-
twice.
Anyway, go.
from the other side, right?
Yeah.
If you're someone who's being lured into the church
Mhm.
based off of what the pastor's wearing,
Yeah.
then you're already starting off your journey in the wrong way. in my
Potentially,
opinion.
yeah.
No, I don't think potentially you,
You are.
because that's the reason why you're here.
Can
You're
I
here
ask,
because
can I ask you this question?
That's the same concept of what the passage that he just read out, though. He pretended he started whatever these people was. He appealed to them to get them in.
I know, but me as
So he did.
But
The
once-
starting point, wherever they was coming in
no,
for,
but
it's
once-
not. It doesn't matter.
but
It's
once-
about the recruitment.
but
No,
once
no,
I'm
but
once I'm
it's
once I'm
his
in the
message.
once I'm in the church,
Mhm.
what now? Because I
Exactly.
came here because this pastor looks drippy.
Mhm.
Yep.
So now suddenly I'm sitting down in the church. Has it now suddenly switched to God? No, he's still here because of the lure of this pastor.
Yeah, but he don't know what word he's gonna hear
No, but
that day.
what is
This
that
is
person
it. And
chasing? Is what I'm saying.
telling you guys,
It
I've
doesn't-
listened to enough sermons and seen enough pastors, and the word they preach is as they addressed.
Because okay, cool. If you look at Pastor Toby of SPAC Nation, right?
Yeah.
All his, I don't know what to call them, the people beneath him, whatever. They now mirror him
Mhm.
in the way they dress, behave.
Yeah.
Because I believe that they saw him and they're chasing what he does, not
Yeah.
what he's preaching about God.
And I
So
agree with you.
Their intentions and motivations are wrong from the start.
I don't think you should use SPAC Nation. That's bad.
Why?
No,
but
no.
SPAC Nation is the
SPAC
perfect,
Nation is
it's a perfect
Yeah,
example.
no, it's not.
It's
It's not.
not. It's not. It's
Why
not.
not?
No.
I hear.
I don't hear it
Wait, why? Let me finish.
because
I hear what he is saying. I hear what he's saying. I'm asking you and you to give me other examples where the SPAC Nation example isn't the case. Because I've seen so many SPAC Nation examples. I have seen so many SPAC Nation examples. Show me the other side.
What of a preacher with money that's doing good?
Yes.
Bishop John Francis, Ruach Ministries.
Francis.
Ruach Ministries. I've
And
seen.
then, when you say it with money, as in he's splashing like SPAC.
I've seen him with a big chain on his neck, boy.
Is this in
Big
church?
diamonds. Huh?
In church?
Yeah, big
As in on the
diamond
pulpit?
preaching. I've been in preaching the ceremony. He's got the biggest diamond chain cross on. One of the biggest chains I've seen.
Bishop
who's this?
Bishop John Francis.
And what's the message?
Was it church in Brixton?
Yeah, they was in
Yeah.
Brixton. It was in Brixton. I think it moved though because they bought them a
they
new
did
church,
move,
a big £2 million church. They put in the money in the right places, by the way.
Look at that, and we're talking about it like it's
You know what I'm
a
saying?
franchise.
But
Crazy.
he had money. I've seen him
Does
flashy.
he always do this?
What's his
Did
message?
he always do what?
I'm seeing pictures on the website. I'm not seeing the glitz that you're talking about.
Who, the guy?
Yeah.
One sec, what?
I'm going off the back of what you just said.
Oh, just the
I mean this.
Oh, but he
this
doesn't.
black
You know what
guy,
it is, yeah?
This is his brand.
Sorry, that was that's not his brand. He
Then
doesn't.
what we doing?
No, but he has flashy stuff though.
No,
Just
I'm
with
not-
the way
I'm not
the way
saying
you
can't have flashy stuff.
yeah, but the people that are using it for the like
What
It's
does
like
he
a-
preach? Does he preach bling 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 bling?
no.
But this is what. This is what
Yeah,
we're
so
talking
what he's
about.
saying is
Yeah, but
you
this
can
is
have you can have flashy stuff and not project it in
Yes.
your sermon.
Yeah, but that's why I said don't bring up strap. Forget them because
No,
that's
but-
not no. Like, forget all that idiot stuff. We're not doing all that.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, you're saying you got
What?
bare examples of that.
Yeah, but he's saying
Yes.
there's very
Who?
examples of
Where?
that.
I understand that Christianity in the black community,
Yeah.
we only know this.
Yeah.
We only know this.
Yeah.
This is a
What, the
thing
blingy
because
thing?
Always the whole focus on money, the whole fleecing the congregation.
Fleecing congregation has been around from the beginning of time. The whole money stuff is that perception for me has only come around since this whole SPAC Nation stuff. That's
I guess it's only come into your sphere.
no, but I've been in and around the church.
But then you should know about this.
But I must be around proper churches then. My mum must be around proper people of God then
Maybe-
because I don't experience.
maybe
I'm not experiencing those kind of
Maybe
things.
that's- But I
Do you get what I'm
stay
saying?
away from those churches. As soon as I see that, I'm gone.
Okay,
But SPAC Nation is an extreme though.
It's not.
What?
I think
no,
it's
no. As in, it's more amplified. It's more,
100%.
Yeah, that's because that's the plan.
That's the
And-
amount.
and this
They
is
want to
why-
reach the youth. So it's like let's make a social media campaign about it.
Yeah, exactly. And this is what I'm saying. Don't compare basically what I'm saying to SPAC Nation. I've never been to the church. And like you're saying, if you're preaching that, wealth thing,
Yeah.
plus you look that way, I get what you're saying.
Mm.
But I'm just saying, I don't think it's fair to look at someone who dresses like that and assume that's all they're about. That's basically what I'm
No, I hear that. Obviously,
Because it could be-
I would have to hear what you're preaching
Yeah,
as
this
well
is it.
to come up to my definitive conclusion. But optics are also important, isn't it?
100%.
You know what I mean?
The fruits.
Say again?
Buy your fruits.
Mm.
It's funny though because I think men over. I'm not saying this is you guys, by the way, but I just think it's funny that men, for as long as life has existed, have judged women on how they're dressed and stuff. But when it comes to flashy pastors, which are actually coincidentally men. We shouldn't judge them by how they dress. That's interesting.
I mean, there's not just one man in it. You know, there's many men. So
It's interesting.
it may not be the same people talking.
But I will tell you, because for facts, I know that a lot of pastors who dress flashy and want to show you their nice cars and all these things and entice people with using wealth, their message usually backs how they're dressed. I can tell you for a fact.
And I agree. I'm just saying, not all, and I'm saying it's not fair to judge a person just on that and assume that's all they're about. That's all I'm saying. Because I think at the end of the day, a pastor wants to grow his church. I think it makes sense to grow your church. Even your guy, John MacArthur.
Yeah.
There's a reason why he's paying money to be on God channel. You know what I'm saying?
Do you know, it makes sense
He
to
wants
grow
to
a
grow his church.
It makes sense to grow a church, but not
That
as
God
like
channel
a...
is crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Jesse's on there, innit? What's his name? Do you know about Jesse the Planner or something like that? Do you know about Jesse?
No, it's just...
That charismatic white brother, man, with the white hair, man, the old one, man, preacher, he goes off.
Oh,
is it?
He's always on God channel.
Huh?
He's always on God
Yeah,
channel.
he stays on there. Jesse's lit.
Yeah, it's
The
like
thing is that there's no...
his hairstyle's like it's
It's like it's up and
Yeah.
white and that. Yeah.
Lego.
Jesse don't play.
There's nothing wrong with wanting to grow your church, yeah. But at the end of the day, yeah, God is the one who brings people in.
You find him?
And I think people should come into church because their heart is genuinely
Oh.
seeking
You know what I'm talking about, innit?
Christ.
Yeah, no.
Jesse's serious.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right,
Like,
let's move
cool.
on anyway.
Sorry, how is it like in Islam? Is this completely foreign in Islam? This conversation, this would never happen. Would the imams look to be blinging in order to get people into the mosque?
No, I think in Islam, like they practice like extreme like modesty.
Mhm.
There's no bling, there's no jewelry, there's no talks of money.
Mm.
Like it doesn't really exist at
Mm.
all. Like most of the money that they ask for is to do with, you know, giving to charity, giving to the less fortunate, building the mosque. There's never the notion that the congregation is being fleeced.
Even in their dress sense, when it is that people go to...
Not socially.
No, because the imams are dressed
No,
the
not
same.
imams, just everybody. Don't they just dress modestly?
Yeah,
Because of the same reason.
yeah. Everyone's the same.
Mm.
Whether or not you're the imam or whether or not you're someone who's just come to pray, everyone is just the same.
Mm.
I'm not saying Islamic people don't like flashy
Because
things.
you see them.
Because you see them, you see
Yeah.
the women.
Yeah.
They'll be dressed in their throbes, their jalabis, but they'll have their Fendi bag,
Yeah.
their Gucci bag. You have the guys, they'll have their watches,
Mm.
their shoes, but that's just, you know, they like nice things, but
Yeah.
money is not being spoken about in that
Mm.
way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's not a narrative.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because I'm Christian meant to be modest as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how you say if you're a pastor and the word of God says you should be modest, what about your flashy lifestyle is giving modesty?
Because I don't think it's a commandment or something that's like a must. You know what I'm saying? To be modest.
Yeah,
It's
but even
good
the
to
thing
be.
that they tell them they must do, they're not doing it. So
That's with everyone, human beings.
no, pastors is different. Anyways, let's just go on to the next headline.
Okay, so a knife killer has been given 38 years. When I first heard that, I thought that it's a bit crazy. But anyway, a student has been jailed for at least 38 years for killing one man and injuring two others in a series of what appear to be random knife attacks. Amin Laor, 21, who did not know any of his victims, murdered Leon Street on Neasden Lane North in North London minutes after he stabbed Marvez Khan. 6 days later, he then went out to attack Mitul Karenia at the same location. Two knives were found at the scene of the first two stabbings, each with the victim's DNA on the blade and Laor's DNA on the handle. The third knife was found in the student's wardrobe with a blood-stained jacket. Giving evidence, Laor claimed he had been framed by the real killer
Okay,
and the
so-
prosecution had the wrong man. The jury deliberated for an hour and 15 minutes to reject his version of events and find him guilty of all charges. Judge Martin Picton said the defendant's crimes were as inexplicable as they were terrible and had caused irreversible suffering. He went on to say, "Your attack on Mr. Street was brutal and remorseless. The dashcam footage that emerged partway through the trial leaves no doubt as to your murderous intent. Even a passing motorist sounding their horn could not distract you from the act of repeatedly stabbing your victim." In addition to a life sentence for the murder, Laor was given concurrent sentences, having previously been found guilty of attempted murder and grievous bodily harm.
Man said he's been framed. He must think this is flipping, what's that thing called? Prison Break.
Yeah.
One egg. But that's good.
Yeah.
I didn't know the UK was capable of giving people such.
Yeah, I was thinking 38 years.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, it's
Deserves
not,
more.
yeah, it's not harsh. It's crazy, especially with the random attacks and all that. Yeah.
But like in a situation like that, do you feel like they should kind of consider the whole like
Mental health stuff.
yeah.
No.
When you say consider it and do what? Give someone like a lesser sentence or something?
No, like kind of put him in a psychiatric thing. Because like
You can put him in a psychiatric ward, but still, just put him in there for 38 years.
Yeah.
yeah, I guess so. I guess so,
I'm
true.
where you're doing the time, babes.
Yeah,
That's true.
That's what you want to do. You want to help him, yeah. Put him in 38 years,
yeah,
man.
for 38 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like when someone kills someone, they should give them like, they should work out the average living age.
They should just
That's
do
what
like
you
psych prisons, if that makes sense.
You kind of have those.
And you do your sentence with help, if that makes sense. Because if you can bust it off mental health, if that makes sense, innit? Because you can go to the psych ward and get your treatment. So you don't get the sentence, you get the treatment, and then you go. I don't know however long that's going to take or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like, they should probably just make you do your sentence, but do it under the care of professionals, so you're getting the help, the time.
I feel like they've got that.
I don't know. I don't think they do.
I think they do because I think.
Well, like a whole prison that's just for mad people.
Yeah, but you're basically still in prison though, because you do the time that you've been given, but in this institution. I've heard of cases where they do, or sometimes if someone is in like they've been sentenced to prison, but they didn't know that they had a situation, carry out the rest of your sentence in that establishment.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they do that. Yeah.
What's your guys' thoughts on like life for life? So the death sentence for like first degree murder.
I think if it's definitely like it can be proved and stuff like that,
Yeah.
I don't see a problem with it. Especially some gruesome killing.
Yeah.
But I think the issue with that is obviously we've had people that are killed off false information. So I feel like you have to be caught at the scene.
Yeah.
The gadgets still in your hands. Like, there's no way.
Yeah, it has to be so black
and white.
Yeah.
Yeah. But unfortunately, that would be at the bottom of that.
Yeah, that's the only problem, man. Too many innocent people we getting death penalty.
That's
but
the thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
makes it tricky.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, so the next headline, this is a bit of a long one, man. So, yeah. But basically,
Buckle up.
but a black female barrister wins, well, partially in court. So basically, I'm going to give you the backstory. But yeah, Garden Court Chambers, GCC, founded almost 50 years ago, is a highly ranked barristers' chambers, which has built a top-notch reputation for fighting injustices and human rights, mainly for like left-wing causes and whatnot. But be it securing last-minute injunctions to stop asylum seekers being deported to Rwanda, or fighting for the rights of gypsies and travellers, its lineup of 200 barristers are there to help those who need it most. Their motto reads, "Do right, fear no one." But recently, these strong words are making people believe they all apply to everybody else except the trans community. Why? Well, let's see. So in recent months, they found themselves in a deeply uncomfortable position of having its progressive credentials challenged in a landmark employment tribunal. To make matters worse, the person doing the challenging, Alison Bailey, is not only one of its own barristers, but ticks many of the same boxes as many of its clients. She's a daughter of a Windrush generation Jamaican parents. She's a survivor of child sexual abuse, and she's a lesbian gay rights champion. With her background and insight into fighting prejudice and inequality, she would have been a valuable asset to her chambers. However, she claims that because of her belief that biological sex is immutable and those who are born male cannot transition to become women, she has been branded a transphobe and discriminated against, losing out on lucrative work. GCC was found to have discriminated against her by tweeting it would investigate her tweets that rejected the idea biological sex can change. She said her views wrongly resulted in her being labelled as transphobic in 2019. She's a barrister of 30 years, and she told a hearing at the Central London Employment Tribunal that as a result of her treatment, her income has substantially reduced in comparison to previous years. She also said she had been given a reduced quality of work in order to break her spirit. The tribunal upheld her complaint against GCC over her view that no one can change their biological sex, with her take on this subject being found to be protected in law. As a result, she was awarded £22,000 for winning part of the tribunal claim. Yeah, and that's it.
She got 22 grand.
Yeah.
How much she would have lost more than that, don't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Okay.
she also tried to sue Stonewall. So they're basically they support LGBT stuff like that, and sexual abuse and whatnot. And basically, her company, GCC, well, who she worked for, they've got like a project, some type of scheme alongside Stonewall. So that's why she was kind of going at both of them, because both of them were kind of putting.
I thought she would have given more money because even though their ruling's gone in her favour, she's got all that over her. This is probably going to be the same situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. But I think it's kind of like the last time where we were saying, I think it's more so what that does going forward for other people, innit? So, yeah. So she won part of it. The other part, going against Stonewall, she lost that. But, yeah. But just for being discriminated against because of her gender critical views, she was awarded 22 grand.
Oh.
So she's happy. And that's the end of the headlines.
Is she?
All right, let's get into Word on Road. So done. So, okay.
I don't know, Brent did the music.
He did.
He definitely did.
I didn't hear it through. It's close enough. I didn't hear it.
Trigger warning, sexual abuse and rape.
So basically, a young lady came out on Twitter yesterday night and is alleging that she was raped by
Mhm.
trigger warning.
Yeah.
But can you put something up? Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Mhm.
Yeah, so she's alleging that she was raped by Thomas Partey, who is a Arsenal player. Yep. Current Arsenal player.
Yep.
Yes, I'm gonna read out some of her tweets. Not like graphic ones or anything like that, but just some of her tweets. So she put out a series of tweets, put out what's it called? Screenshots of conversations she's had with him, pictures to prove that she does know the guy and this is a reality, pictures of them on holiday. So she's alleging that this happened while they were on holiday. So she's claiming that they were dating and she'd broken things up or like ended things with him or whatever. And then he was obviously trying to, get back in her good books and then said that she should accompany him on holiday for his birthday. And she was like, okay, whatever. Like she didn't want to, whatever, but anyway, she did eventually. So this incident happened while they were on holiday. So some of the tweets are, she said, finding out your rapist will get off on a legal technicality is the most soul-destroying thing ever. A whole year of my life dedicated to therapy sessions and police interviews to try and make sure I was strong enough to see him go to jail for what he did to me has now fallen on the back of a 10-day gap between new legislation being put in place and when the offence occurred. I've already called my lawyers to let them know I don't give a F about the libel. Is it libel? Yeah, libel and defamation threats I've been getting for speaking out or having to give back the money that was used to pay me off. Rapists shouldn't be allowed to get off on technicalities. She said, what this means for me is that I'm going to ruin my life by speaking out about this, but I genuinely cannot allow this to eat me up inside anymore. What this means for him is that the 400 plus screenshots and conversations showing he's guilty would just be posted because I just don't give a fuck. Then she goes on to say, she said, anyone that's claiming that she might lie for money, blah, blah, he already tried to pay me off. I still went to the police. Me speaking about this now means that I'm going to be put in around £200,000 debt over breaking the agreements in the NDA. And so she's had to sit and watch people celebrate a man who ruined my life, raped me, and then tried to push me down a flight of stairs. His club knew about allegations of attempted rape against other women and exactly what he did to me and told me they can't do anything as I'm over 18. She goes on to say, this is where she then names him and she says, Thomas Partey is a serial rapist who has got lucky because the date he decided to rape me whilst we were on holiday together was 10 days before UK law changed, allowing UK police forces jurisdiction over crimes committed outside of the UK. This means that the second incident of rape that he committed against me outside the UK is now not eligible for charges, not because he's innocent, not because there isn't enough evidence, but because I was raped 10 days before the legislation that would have put him in prison chains. And then she also put up a screenshot, I think between, this is like maybe her lawyer, I think, saying, how, obviously so basically she got a phone call letting her know that legal technicalities, he's basically going to get away with it. Nothing's going to happen. So I think this is when she then obviously got upset and got annoyed and she's like, I don't even care about the NDA. I don't care about all these things. I'm going to just speak out on this madness and just expose him for what it is. Especially, I think she said she's aware of like other women that's happened to as well. So yeah, and then she put a screenshot. I think this is between her lawyer, I believe. And it's basically just saying, I'm really sorry about how to hear on the phone how distressed you were and your concerns about the ongoing assaults. And then she said, you explained that you are thinking about returning the damages. So she's thinking about returning the money so she could speak out. So I think what she wants to do is, what she wanted to do was kind of take back her NDA. So I'll give you back the money for me to be able to speak kind of thing. And they said, you explained that you're thinking about returning the damages that Thomas has paid to you so that you can speak freely about what happened to you and hopefully stop the same happening to other women. So the person said, as we discussed, here are your few options. So firstly, she can either return the money, which was £156,976. And it said you could potentially face injunction proceedings if Thomas Partey or his lawyers thought you were going to make defamatory statements. So she'll give the money back. However, if you do make defamatory statements or whatever, because obviously he hasn't been found guilty, they can sue you for that. So you lose the money and you essentially won't be able to speak out on him. So he said you will also reveal your identity speaking out. So she said that the reason why she doesn't care about revealing her identity now, it's one of the other screenshots, is because a year ago someone leaked a screenshot of it, of the conversation between her and him anyway.
Okay.
So because of that, she doesn't care about revealing her identity. I think for the longest time, they didn't know, no one knew who he was. And I don't know if you guys remember. I think I would assume that he was the one they were talking about in that article. There was an article, was it Guardian?
Yeah, no, it was him.
Yeah, and so it was a Guardian, and they were talking about, someone's been arrested, asked them, this player, blah, 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 when they put up the wrong player, stupid people.
Oh, okay.
BBC, so obviously, assume it was them. So I think a lot of people didn't know it was her that was taken into court or whatever. But see, so basically, they're saying that if you do this, where you return the money and they have to put an injunction against you, whatever, your identity will be revealed. It says, if you do not want to go down this route, it will be worth speaking to a libel lawyer to find out about your prospects of success and what your funding options are. Then the second option will be for her to use the freedoms you have under the settlement agreement to speak to the police again. It may be that if they look at the messages and if they're aware of the medical treatment that you've had to have and the records that exist to prove that, they might investigate and question Thomas. Your identity will be protected in this instance. You would not have to give the money back. If Thomas was arrested and charged, it might be that other women can come forward as well. And her third option is just to take no further action. And they said also that the person mentions how she says she stopped therapy and she's not sleeping well. And they basically just said, we'll urge you to speak to your GP, see if you can get some kind of support, referral, medication, all that kind of stuff. And said, I know that you are concerned that you heard about other potential assaults that Thomas has made, and you told me you feel responsibility for not stopping him. Please do bear in mind that his actions are his responsibility and his alone. His actions are not your fault. So it's very, very, very sad. Very, very sad situation. I think what made me really, really uncomfortable and just disgusted was the comments that she was literally getting off speaking out, and people saying, I hear that this happened to you, but we need him for the season. We can't afford for to do this, and even just a lot of judgment of okay, you're saying this, so how do we know you didn't take this picture, or you're just lying, or you're doing this, and you were trying to catch him out, and just a lot of, obviously, as you would expect, which is sad that we would expect it, but just a lot of victim blaming and stuff. And then she had to literally, even at one point, she had to go in her camera roll and take a screen recording off her camera roll and then click on the individual pictures so they could see selfies that he's taking on her phone and pictures that they took together. And just, she literally had to go to so many extents to prove that I'm not just someone coming off the street who has never met this guy. These are real things to me. And she was saying how, even within her family home, she struggled to tell her mum about it, blah, blah. I don't know if she told her the rest of her family, but she was saying obviously her dad supports Arsenal, and watching her dad support Arsenal, that was a lot for. It was very triggering for her. So she had to move out of her childhood home because she was I can't kind of be in this environment. It's it's just been difficult for her all in all, really.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Did they fall out prior to this whole rape allegations?
I'm not sure. So from the screenshots, they have conversations about they have conversations that's I'm telling you about this thing. You're not taking it seriously. I'm not trying to argue. So it's kind of giving the impression of there's been arguments, but it's she's bringing up this situation of trying to tell him how it's wrong what he's done, and he's just oh, I'm not trying to argue with you and blah 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 blah, that kind of stuff.
That's the rape thing, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the rape thing.
Where she's talking about obviously what how he woke her up basically.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff, and then. But then in one of the stuff as well, really and truly, when you really read the messages, he kind of admits to doing it because she's oh, what you did was wrong and you can't do this and that. And he's okay, I've heard you, sorry about that. And then she's yeah, but you can't just wake me up out my sleep, like that. And then he's like,
That's because they've done something
yeah, but
similar
he's
before.
like, don't count. Because she said no. She said, I kept telling you I didn't want to, but he was like, yeah, but he's like, I know that you said no, but I'm not quoting exactly, but he's basically like, yeah, you said no, but sorry, kind of thing. And he's like, oh, like, what did you want me to do? Wake you up? Bro, yes, wake me up. Don't do that. She referred to, and she does say in the screenshot, obviously I don't want to read stuff out because it's very, very triggering. But she does say that I told you no repeatedly. And he does in the messages acknowledge the fact that she did say no.
Yeah,
but he went ahead.
One convo was, should I read it?
Is it like very...
No, it's a short...
Okay.
The short one. When I have just woke up, but what you did was wrong. You knew I was too drunk and I was sleeping. Waking me up by slapping your
my face?
D on my face and trying to force it in my face. So he said, so what's wrong? She's basically saying what's wrong was I was too drunk, way too drunk, and it wasn't nice. And he says, should I have woke you up?
That's
and
wild.
She said, you should ask. Or wait until I am not drunk like that. And he said, no, I don't need to wake you.
Boy.
That's because they have that relationship, I think. Obviously, I don't want to defend it. I wasn't there, obviously. But no one just talks to someone like that.
That's what I was saying. But it doesn't. But yeah,
people do talk to people like that.
You see, look, yeah, even the way that he's talking and saying that so willy nilly, yeah, it does go to say, it does show a little insight into what their relationship is, and like that's not on some. Oh yeah, I can take what I want and I want to think. That's on some like. I do like this is what we do. I could do
That's
what
how
I
I
want.
see it.
Can
This
I
is
say
what we
that
do.
it doesn't...
But what I'm saying, what I want to say is, it doesn't matter though.
Exactly.
It definitely doesn't
Exactly.
matter. That
She's
is
like she said no.
That's it.
She's not happy with it. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. But I do want to say though that the way he's speaking to her doesn't just speak to the fact that they have a relationship like that. Men who do not respect women, who see women as just objects, that's how they talk to women.
Yeah, but
So it
it does show because they've got a previous relationship. She flew out there to go and meet him. That's not the first time he spoke to her like that.
No, but I'm saying that because the way you worded was that he's talking to her like you said something about like someone can't just speak to someone like that. And what I am saying is
okay, I get you. Yeah, like,
that there are men.
Yeah,
who
but
just
only people that allow it. I could talk to people how I want, however I want.
No,
but if
but
they
the
don't
thing
accept it, I'm not gonna have the conversation.
No, but whether I accept it or not, you've still spoken to me that way.
Yeah,
It's what happens after. So the point I'm trying to make is there are men who do speak to women like that. Whether she then accepts or not, that's a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
But in terms of no one would just speak to you like that.
Yeah, right. You're right.
That is
right.
so false.
Yeah, because men
speak
disrespect.
because again, it's about how a lot of men see women. Him saying, "So what?"
Yeah.
And should I waking you up? Okay.
Yeah.
That shows for me. It's not just for me. I don't just see how that dynamic was.
Oh, what you're
I'm
saying
seeing
is there's
how
man
it
that
is.
will say that to a complete stranger, like, basically.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah. 'Cause
yeah.
I've had guys speak to me in that kind of way of, okay, and I've never given them a reason to think they can talk to me like that, or they don't even know me, and they've still spoken to me. Men like that is the fact that they don't respect women. Period. Do you get what I mean? So it's not just it's not about their dynamic or maybe this how they talk regularly or anything like that. There are men, and he strikes me as someone. Reading the conversations that the screenshot she put out, he strikes me as that kind of man who does not respect women. You just see women as an object, and that's how, sadly, a lot of men see women where they don't have to have a regard. Where you tell a man what you did, this is why what you did, and it's like, oh, it's not that deep, man. You're making a big deal about, oh, don't throw rape around, don't throw this word around, like, or like they then gaslight and turn around like, oh, what are you trying to say that I did this to you?
I've
seen it way too many times.
I think it's obviously. I'm not trying to defend any type of nonsense at all. But I think what it is it's hard to kind of gauge an entire relationship from screenshots. Especially if, for example, maybe she's upset about something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, when people are upset, they will start to mention all types of things in that message because they know they want to use that message for something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The other person doesn't necessarily know. And all I'm trying to say is, and you're right, obviously some guys are maniacs. They just, they talk disrespectfully to women like that. But for me, when I read it, I just felt as though I was getting some insight into their relationship. The fact that, again, like you said, she flew out to him. She says they were dating. This didn't just happen today, or whenever it happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like there's something there. It's
contentious. Even the way they talk, it's like he's saying, I don't want to argue. It's like they're always arguing.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, you get me?
Yeah.
Not even just saying about this issue. Like, they're always...
Yeah, but I get I get what you guys are saying, but I'll be honest with you.
Mhm.
In situations like this where an assault has happened,
Mhm.
regardless of whether we speak to each other like this all the time,
Mhm.
regardless of whatever dynamics we have,
Mhm.
the point is that we can prove
Mhm.
from what she said that she said no, and
Oh,
his
yeah,
response
yeah.
to that was
Oh.
so. Do you get me? So
Yeah,
100%.
that's all that matters.
that's all exactly.
Yeah,
so I'll be
100%.
honest with you.
Yeah.
So when like obviously I don't think this is what you guys are doing,
Mm.
but when conversations like this happen
Yeah.
and we're like saying maybe this is how you guys are usually and blah blah. All that does is it kind of distracts.
Okay, I get
because
you.
not everyone listens long enough to hear you guys say, regardless of whatever the dynamics was, it was wrong.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Yeah,
Some
but
people
they
just
don't need to
pick up.
listen. He's done it himself. That's why he screwed himself. You don't need to listen to our opinions or anything. Just read that transcript when she was saying whatever. Why would you wake me up? And he said, "What do you? I don't need to wake you up." Like
Yeah.
that's the admission.
Right,
That's
yeah.
the admission in the wrongdoing there, regardless of what anybody thinks.
Yeah.
That can't get misconstrued.
Yeah.
He
That's
said
the thing. Yeah,
he said what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get me? So
But I think
he
what
did what he
women-
did.
Mm.
Yeah, but I think what a lot of women want though in situations like this is for like other conversation not to like other areas
Okay.
of conversation not to come into the
Yeah.
topic. Do you get what I
Yeah.
mean? Because really and truly what it does is distracts. So
Mm.
when you know the thing about this is how the dynamic is or whatever other thoughts there might be,
Mhm.
we can see in black and white that she's told him I said no. He said, okay, what am I supposed to do with that kind of thing? That should be the focus. The assault should be the focus, not
Mhm.
anything. I don't know if you guys will get what I'm saying. Do you get
Yeah,
me?
I get exactly
Not
what you're saying. yeah.
anything else, but
Mhm.
It's because of
It's
obviously it takes like people are within their rights to defend themselves and stuff, and they're
Yeah.
leaking stories and people have got different ideas of what's going on in it.
Yeah.
So context in certain situations are important, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because obviously, because people are gonna have to make up their mind of this. This is like it's a court of public opinion because he's not
Yeah.
even getting a criminal case for that. You get
Yeah.
me? So people want to make up their mind how they view him. You get what I'm trying to say? So it's like, regardless, what's done is done. What's wrong? What is wrong is wrong. It's official. No one's not arguing that. But I think for people when they want to look at him, they want to know: is this a vile monster that's walking
Yeah.
around attacking people that's not safe on the street,
yeah.
or is the situation here a discrepancy between people, a relationship that's maybe something's gone too far and something's happening then? Because I think they just want to know
Yeah, exactly.
what
Context.
to
Yeah.
the situation. I don't think it's about making up excuses for him or
Yeah.
No, at
whatever,
all,
because you
yeah.
can't make up excuses for him.
At all.
I think people just want a bit of context in the situation to who is this man?
Exactly.
You get me? I think that's
Exactly.
probably what it is. And obviously it does come across, it does look bad sometimes. It looks like obviously the points can get lost, or it looks like you're
Yeah.
defending a man or whatever, but I don't think it's that. I especially in here anyway, in this room.
Yeah,
I
100%.
don't believe that's the case. You get me?
100%.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I hope she does get justice somehow. I don't know. I hope maybe they'll open the case up again, or maybe even more women feel brave enough to come out, and then that would kind of help all of them get justice. Because as it stands, it looks like obviously he's gone away with it.
Is she saying one person? There's another person.
I
or
mean,
is it
there's
more?
like other women, not even one other
Wow.
woman, other
Okay.
women.
Wow.
So if they come out and speak, then it might be a case where even with like defamation and all that kind of stuff, it can't go through because you did that shit, guilty as fuck. Do you get what I mean? But sending her love and all the things she needs for healing, because that is just wild. Yeah, so the Grammys have decided to give us a colonised definition of what Afrobeats is. We
Yeah, I
don't
saw
gatekeep
that.
enough. We do not gatekeep enough. So the Grammys tweeted, Afrobeats is a mesmeric blend of West African and Black American music that has quickly become a global pop phenomenon.
Sorry, wait, sorry, what?
You heard it right. They said Afrobeats is a mesmeric blend of West African and Black American music.
If these black Americans don't get
Is
the
that right?
fuck
Exactly.
out of here. Are you man taking the piss? What? Sorry, you know what? Sorry. This is
I'm actually going to really up a
It's
third time
egregious. It's egregious.
because it's wild.
It's wild.
Afrobeats. Afrobeats.
they didn't even know about no Afrobeats.
Exactly.
Are you people sick?
It's not their fault. And I will get to why it's not their fault. Afrobeats is a mesmeric blend of West African.
I will just quit the show now, you know. You don't want to quit, you want to leave. I'll just leave.
It's a blend of West African and Black American music that has quickly become a global pop phenomenon. Afrobeats, first of all, they're even taking away the years and years and years of hard work. Talking about it's a quick
Imagine.
okay. Afrobeats, it's Afrobeats is a mesmeric blend of West African musics that has quickly become a global phenomenon. Here are 5 subgenres that will instantly grab your ear. And then basically they had a whole article about, they had a whole article that goes more into this, but I don't think anyone really cared to look into the article.
What's the 5 subgenres?
I didn't get that far.
Oh.
I'm
thinking, what?
I was
What 5
disgusted.
That's horrified, isn't it?
I was horrified. But actually, can you check their Twitter for me, please? Actually,
Check who's what?
their Twitter is the recording at CAD. But so they said that obviously there was outrage because how dare you say such? How dare you? Really? That's really it, isn't it? How dare you? But they believe that, and I don't blame them because do you remember when there was a time when, obviously with genres and stuff, like it's nice to collaborate with other people and whatever. It helps you. It helps the people going. It gets the people going, right? It's great. But when the whole Drake and Whiskey stuff was happening and Beyonce did the whole album, all that stuff, obviously I was glad that obviously Afrobeats is getting the shine it's getting. And to be fair, these people did give, their heart was, I hope, actually, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say that I hope their hearts was in the right place when they did it, but, we know who we're working with. It was a lot of celebrations going on around. And I knew that at some point, history was going to get rewritten or remixed right before our eyes when we were very, very happy and literally dying for the West to take us on and help put us on the world stage. I still believe that Afrobeats going as long as it did, it would have become what it became, even like without collab. Like I wanted the collaborations to come to us rather than us yearning for it, if that makes sense. So we yearned for it, and here we are.
Once Americans got hold of it, you knew it was to be the beginning
the 5
and the end.
subgenres are Amapiano, Afro swing. Is it soukous? How you say that? I don't know how to say it. And then something called Out Ere.
Okay.
And then the last one is Indombolo.
Okay, so they've gone to different African countries, heard what their sounds are, and then said, "Hi, Black Americans have added to this." And here we go. It's wild.
Black Americans. No way.
They didn't even say African Americans, they said Black American music.
Trying to lay claim to our stuff.
There's no way they believe that.
They're sick. No, of course they don't believe it. This is just propaganda.
They did a whole article. They must believe it. I mean, because it's
what about like dancehall and that?
No, because do you know it's because it's how people view Africa. People view Africa as like this poor place where
we can just take your thing.
Yes, and we make it better.
Yeah.
The reason why it's popping the way it is now is because we've helped make it better. People have this idea that Africa is just this destitute place, and that's why they don't even care enough to know that there's countries within Africa. They just say Africa.
Yeah,
I went to
and
Africa.
what makes it worse is African artists will feed into it because they want the American approval.
Exactly that. So that's why they're like, do you know what? We put you on Afrobeats.
Yeah.
Afrobeats is a collaborative effort. Forgetting all the generations and the people that have put in so much work over the years. They're like, it's a collaborative effort. So I don't even blame them too tough, really. It's wild, but what can I expect? But anyways, it's Beyonce Day, it's B-Day, but Kelis is calling out Beyonce for, so she's got a sample on one of the songs on, is Energy, on Energy, and apparently, allegedly, well, not apparently, Kelis said she didn't know about it. Basically, didn't know about it. But I think in the credits, on the album, it says Kelis. So it would say like the sampled artist, basically.
Yeah.
So I think she's kind of got that kind of credit. But so she didn't have actual credit. She wasn't informed, basically. So someone on her page, on her food page or whatever it's called, she said, "My mind is blown too." So I think her fans were celebrating the fact that she's on Beyonce's album.
Yeah.
So I think that's how she saw it. And she's like, am I?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So then she's responded to comments and she said, "My mind is blown too because the level of disrespect and utter ignorance of all 3 parties involved is astounding. I heard about this the same way everyone else did. Nothing is ever as it seems. Some of the people in this business have no soul or integrity and they have everyone fooled." It's giving direct shade. So, and then she went on to like release 2 videos. You guys can go on her page and watch it. Can't play the clips. It's too long. But she basically just says, that she's disappointed because what Beyonce stands for publicly in terms of being female empowerment, all that kind of stuff, she's disappointed because she would have thought that she would come and tell her. And she's also saying that other people that were kind of in the room, she mentions Pharrell, she's like, you knew too kind of thing, that you should have kind of looked out for me, I guess.
Just by informing her.
No, but but making sure that she's informed and gets the right credits. Because now I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking she's done a lot, I don't think she got credited for it then.
She must do. That's how people were able to tell her.
She must have, because she only saw this because her fan page was celebrating it.
Yeah.
So that's how she found out.
That means she got credit. It's written somewhere.
Yeah, but you write my name and the money in my pocket is different.
But she would have got money if she, by law or basically what she owns, like, she would get the money.
Yeah, but I feel like she must own something to make this kind of noise. Sis is making a lot of noise. You must.
There's no way they would try.
Yeah, but you
to
must
not
feel
pay
like you're literally, you're owed something.
This is it.
So.
And maybe she's not.
It's not monetary.
Yeah.
She's got to be owed something.
And it's not monetary. It's impossible.
Exactly.
It's Beyonce. It's impossible. It's monetary.
Yeah.
Beyonce crossed the T's and dotted whatever I's she needed to be able to put that out. So it's done on official channels. She feels embarrassed and stupid because she didn't know about it, or because she didn't get told, or because she can't make it be seen. Like the perceptions, everything in it. Like she probably wanted to benefit from it as much as she probably could.
Yeah.
And
by making a lot of noise.
Yeah, just by making a scene or just whatever, you get me? But because it can't be. It would have been done legally.
Yeah, I'm sure it was done. I'm sure the song was cleared.
Yeah, facts.
By the
label. She probably don't own none of it. It's not even her song.
Let me read a statement from her. Let me read a statement.
No, apparently Pharrell owns a lot of Kelis's rights, publishing. Because obviously she wasn't told.
There's Pharrell to do it.
Legally, she didn't have to.
She didn't need to.
It was more of a courtesy.
Exactly.
And that courtesy is what she's angry.
That's what she's upset about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, let me read a statement. She said, I just heard the record everyone is saying has my sample, but it's beyond this song at this point. This was a trigger for me. Milkshake alone is one of the most licensed records of our generation. I am a creator. I'm an innovator. I have done more than left my mark on an era of music and style that will go down in history. But there are bullies and secrets and gangsters in this industry that smile and get away with it until someone says enough is enough. So I'm saying it today. I'm coming for what's mine and I want reparations. Peace.
So that means there must be something that she feels like she is due monetarily.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she says, I said what I said because it's the truth. You don't have to like it or agree. Facts are facts. If you're a sheep, keep it moving. This convo will be over your head. I didn't ask for this, but I'm not afraid of it either. I feel like, because I don't really hear much from Kelis on a normal day. I really don't. And I think to make this much noise, it must be beyond your hurt ego of not being informed. Because even what I've heard from other artists that Beyonce's worked with, even when they haven't owned the right to whatever, as a courtesy, she still calls them and says, by the way, because at the end of the day, obviously, some might own my song or whatever it is, but I'm the one that people assume owns it or whatever. Or I'm the one who sang it. I performed it. So from what I've heard of Beyonce, that she crosses the T's and dots the I's so well that anybody that's even remotely involved gets like a phone call from her, gets notified by her. So for her to not even know that even a song that whether I own it or not, but a song that people know that think people believe I own is on a Beyonce. I'm sorry, that's deep.
So do you think it was an oversight from Beyonce or it was intentional?
It could be both because Beyonce can be petty.
She don't care about no Kelis. No boys ain't come to your yard.
Because we put people on the pedestal and we think they don't care. Beyonce cares.
No boys ain't come to Kelis's yard in decades. Okay.
No boy. Oh, the milkshake.
She is. No one cares. She is finished.
No. Give Kelis respect because her husband passed away recently as well.
Who knows?
No,
what?
That's not her husband.
Okay, you know what?
Her actual.
Sorry.
He's like, there's no done it because you're the one who's done it today. You're done it today.
Yeah.
What?
No, her husband passed away a couple months ago.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, man.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just think that, something is not there, and I don't put anything past anyone. I think that sometimes with celebrities, we assume because they make us believe they don't care, that they don't care. Beyonce cares about a lot of things. She's just very good at making you believe she doesn't care.
And I rate Kelis because saying Beyonce's name is like saying the boogeyman's name. It's like you don't say it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to say it.
You're cheated, but you celebrate your garden.
Remember the last person who said it? What happened to her?
Kerry
Hilson.
Kerry baby.
Her career hasn't been the same since.
Miss. Big up Miss Kerry, baby, every time. But as someone else also said in the comments, basically, they said, I feel like Rihanna rode a wave created by Kelis. Kelis said, let's not open that Pandora's box today. Well, one step at a time, my friend. One step at a time. So,
you know what?
girls being
Don't let your fans gas you. People, yeah, please. Like, we've got to use our platforms responsibly. Yeah, don't just let anybody that agrees with you. And like, brother,
don't let them do this to you.
Don't let the devil use you, child.
I'm scared. I'm so done with you. Speaking on, still on the subject of Beyonce, the leak. By the way, Brent, did you hear that? I said leaked album. Yeah. Beyonce acknowledges also a leak. She says she released a statement 4 hours ago. She said, so the album leaked and you all actually waited until the proper release time so you can all enjoy it together. I've never seen anything like it. I can't thank you all enough for your love and protection. I appreciate you for calling out anyone that was trying to sneak into the club early. It means the world to me. Thank you for your unwavering support. Thank you for being patient. We are going to take our time and enjoy the music. I will continue to give my all and do my best to bring you joy. I love you deep. Right from the mouth of Beyonce. Also, I do want to say that the first person who clocked that the album was released, who put on Twitter anyway, put on Twitter, she did say that she was not gonna leak it because she said she's worked very hard on it. You know, Beehive, they take it seriously. Yeah. She's like, she's worked very hard on it for months, so I will not be leaking it. Yeah. But yeah. So Brent, what's the voice note about?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll do after my last.
So how do you know that it's
smoke?
It's smoke though.
Because
you can see the waves.
Oh, the message says. Oh.
Okay, so
waves.
You see the what?
You know the waves and the thing is like this high.
Oh,
no points. But okay, so my last bit, is definitely alleged because they're not gonna get us out of this country. Pretty Patel's not gonna get me. So it's alleged. There's basically this forum, right? Or this page. It's called Deux Mois. And not allegedly, what they do, they tend to put our stories into the society. You can't always believe that everything is true, but they'll be putting things out there.
Yeah.
So they put out a statement and it says, the subject is royal affair gossip. The message. This is so salacious. I'm almost too shook to share with you, but will anyway. This British royal's extramarital affair is an open secret in London and amongst the English aristocrat and is the talk of every party and news desk. At a recent media party, I was told the real reason for the affair was the royal's love of pegging, which the wife is far too old-fashioned to engage in. The wife doesn't mind her and in fact prefers her husband getting his sexual needs fulfilled elsewhere, as long as things don't become emotional, which was the case with the last woman. Email address is my real address, so please block out. So they got an inside scoop. And the internet went wild. They said, we're going to put 2 and 2 together and we're going to go for the Prince of Pegging. And that, they said, is Prince William.
William.
So basically in the news, it's been circulating for a while now that Prince William be cheating on Kate. Allegedly. It's been alleged that he be cheating on Kate. And something came out, basically there was rumors that he was with a woman. So this originally came out April 2019, that he was allegedly with a woman called Rose Hanbury, while Kate was pregnant with a third child, Prince Louis. So people are saying, it might be, he's got a history of cheating that they allegedly know. It might be the man. So Twitter was going wild. The memes were going crazy. They just said they had hashtags Prince William Affair and hashtag Prince of Pegging. They were like, so what are we going to go for on this one, guys? Like, let's deliberate. Should we go Prince of Pegging? Everyone's like, yeah, let's go Prince of Pegging. And then they did that. And then someone wrote, I don't care if Prince William indulges in extramarital affairs. I don't care if he likes a bit of pegging. I do care, though, that he and his wife used Meghan as a distraction from their lives being talked about. That was also alleged that the reason why Meghan Markle and Prince Harry were always in the news was because it was funny because it was always around the time when William and Kate's marriage was kind of coming up in the light that they would throw Meghan and Thingy to the wolves kind of thing. Then someone else said in the other camp, I do care. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Someone else said, what was it? Someone said, oh man, the next season of the Windsors is going to be lit, and the Crown's going to have to clock in a NC-17 series. Obviously, the Crown, royal family, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's interesting. It was a very, very interesting day on Twitter yesterday.
Forgive my ignorance, yeah. But the pegging thing,
yeah.
That's like using like dildo type stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably like a strap on.
Yeah.
Strap on, yeah.
Crazy times.
So it's interesting. They said it's an open secret in London, and the people that know, it's like if you know, you know.
But how did that information get out there?
It's an email.
They
The
don't get
person.
out there.
Was that?
There's bare open secrets in London. That people, like loads of them.
Because not everyone.
Like in certain circles, like in the music industry, or whatever, there's
of
information
course.
that people know.
I just mean, how does it get
And
out?
Because
it's open. So what it takes is someone from out of the industry to infiltrate and hear that, and then take it out of that circle, and then that's when it spreads.
Or sometimes even people within the industry are chatty patties.
Yeah, they are, but
Do you know what I mean?
sometimes with like that, it could stay in the industry though, because there's a lot of open things that I could say like about like music artists and stuff like that. There's a lot of open rumors, stories that are true that are not. Everybody knows, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
but everybody
but
doesn't know.
don't-
It's
Oh, yeah,
everybody.
yeah.
It's if you know, if that
you
makes
know,
sense.
yeah,
It's in that, and people live like that, and society just functions like that.
Yeah.
It's just like all these don't know, but everybody else don't.
Yeah, because if you openly out industry secrets, then you're going to be outed
Yeah.
by the industry.
As
So
you should.
Yeah, so you got to keep it pimp.
Interesting.
As you should.
But we've got word on our listeners' road. So Brent's got a voice note. Brace yourselves, people. You never know where these listeners go with these ones. So
before I play that, there's number 6 as well.
what's number 6?
Oh, the Vardy thing.
Vardy.
Yeah, no number 6 there, bro.
Oh, there is now.
Okay.
Oh, basically the Rooney and Vardy trial, which I've spoken about a few times now. The verdict will be out at midday today.
Ooh.
So we'll definitely let you know about it on Monday and what we think. We'll see what happens. She gets got or she don't.
Who do you hope to win?
Who's the one that's innocent? Rooney, innit?
Yeah.
Rooney was the one that was being snitched on.
Yes.
Yeah, I expect Rooney to be innocent. Because Vardy, sis, allegedly you did that shit.
Yeah.
I think it's a defamation trial, so she has to prove that it was
Vardy.
Vardy.
Yeah, with the close friends thing, open and close. What is it you say?
Open and close case,
That's
Johnson.
They got you.
All right,
Right.
cool.
Voice note. I'm so nervous.
Should I play it?
Yeah, go on, babe.
You sure?
I love nerves. It's exciting. Gets people going.
It's
I'm
provocative.
sorry, I'm listening to you lot's podcast right now. Yeah?
Oh.
Right now.
Pipe
You're
down,
talking
bro.
about the deception one. I've been following it for the last couple of days. You lot need to define or tell people the definition of the word deception. Because deception is proving anything that's not real. So if I come to you and tell you today, my name's John, and that's not my name, it's deception. So if I'm putting on makeup every single day to show the world a view of me that's not real, that's simply deception. I don't understand what the complication is. You're deceiving people. Homegirl just said about contouring to give you cheekbones that you haven't got. That is fucking clearly deception. Please. What are we talking about here?
Deception.
Deceiving someone is showing someone something that's not to be true. So if you come outside with a face on you that's not your face, you've deceived everybody you've seen today. Plain and simple.
Shout out my guy, now. He's definitely a killie. I'm alive.
Yeah, for real.
The energy was new.
Ridiculous.
he got it off though.
He literally
man.
started off on smoke.
Okay, he got it off. I hear him.
Was that directed at you reckon?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, let's go.
Absolutely. But I said what I said. Yeah. Like literally, I'm not doing this the third day in a row.
We need to do the thesaurus thing. I think there might be a better word. I told you.
There
I think
is,
it's just that word deception and, and the connotations behind it.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is, because what he's saying, he's not
wrong.
No,
in-
he's not wrong.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah, he's
He
not
ain't
wrong.
lying.
Okay, relax. You have to feed into that. He's not wrong in the definition of deception, but I don't think that you can equate that to deception, because I was only speaking to someone yesterday about it, actually, about the conversation we had, And we're talking about I was talking about the listener that said, the shape up stuff or whatever.
Mm.
And the person's a guy, and he was saying, actually, do you know what? There are guys who can look, and not just in extreme cases, that you can look different with the shape of that you gotten.
I know, but it's a haircut though. Haircuts are just normal part of your grooming.
But do you know what we even figured out?
What?
Beards.
Mm.
Guys can look different with beards.
Oh, men look totally different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they do.
Beards are probably more than the haircut.
No,
Absolutely.
beards are saving lives.
Once you
Beards are
grow,
definitely
No, I'll be honest.
see, once you
No.
grow that beard, yeah, and you get into your beard bag, yeah, tell him shave it off.
I wouldn't.
Never.
You like a thumb. I don't want that.
like a fucking tadpole.
So yeah. Anyway, I said what I said. I'm not doing this a third day.
I think, you know what, when
It's
you
what it
hear
is.
deception, it speaks to the intent. And I think women feel like we're not intentionally trying to, you know what I'm saying?
That's it. And it just gives a lot of things, man. But I said it's Friday.
Yep.
I'm going home.
That's it. So right, let's head into the People's Journal. See the voice was coming though. Guys, we appreciate it.
Yeah, that was a nice one.
All right. So, People's Journal. It's economic news, yeah? It's going to be very quick today. British
You
gas.
stop saying that. You have never been quick.
Because of you guys.
Yeah, but
Anyway.
that's his tagline.
Thank you. Thank you. So, the British gas owner, Centrica and Shell, see mad profits because of these increase in gas bills. So basically, Centrica's half-year profits were 5 times higher than a year earlier. 5 times. So last year, around the same time in June, they recorded that their profits were 262 million. This year, 1.34 billion. Right? And obviously that comes because gas prices continue to rise based on the whole Ukraine war.
This is where you were saying where to get the money from. They
Oh.
should be taking it from them.
And so basically, and also they're basically predicting that energy bills will rise even further next year. So more money for these lot. Centrica though, they stopped giving their shareholders dividends and stuff in it for like 3 years straight because of everything that's going on. But this year, apparently they're deciding to give some dividends. Obviously, people are upset about it and whatnot. But yeah, they feel as though they should give their shareholders some dividends, which I'm sure if all of us were shareholders, we would, want. So yeah, that's some news about that. Also, kind of linked to that is the fact that obviously this year, like I keep saying, the energy bills are going up. I think I mentioned this before. I'm not too sure about how people are going to get help. I think some people got a chunk of money this month to help with the cost of living crisis. But the government did announce that in October, I believe, every household will get £400.
Every single household.
Every single household. So at first, it was they wanted to help with electricity customers. They wanted to help and give like £200 credit on basically everyone's energy bill, right?
Mm.
That was meant to be repaid over 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So all of that was scrapped. But instead, all households will receive twice that amount.
For free.
£400, yeah. It will be paid as a credit onto your energy bill. So not into your thingy.
I thought it was cash.
You know how much you got to be perfect.
It's going to be paid into your energy bill in October. And you won't need to pay it back.
There's always a catch to these things in there.
I like it.
Crap, man.
I mean, essentially, you're paying it back. Like I
They're
always
making
say.
those
innit?
vouchers.
I'm thinking, what? They're going to email everyone and get their bank details? Like, how is it going to work?
Like, how are we going to do this, guy?
Wait, saying that though, did you get the refund for council tax?
No.
Oh, is it?
When was this?
You need to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
When you were doing up Santorini.
Did you get
No,
it?
I think I did. I think my tax cost did go down.
No, but like
recently?
I got like an actual refund.
Oh, you got
Does
actual
everybody
money?
get one?
Yeah.
No, I ain't got that.
I'm not sure if everyone does.
So I can tell my mama.
Yeah, 100%.
I want to inquire about this. Then.
I think it was around. I don't know what I'm thinking about it now. I think it was around March, April.
Oh, was it?
Okay, man.
Yeah.
TD wasn't even running then. Come on.
Yeah. So yeah, if you didn't get it, please inquire
I'm going to inquire about
from
it.
your borough, innit?
Yeah.
All right.
I just think,
And-
do you know, sorry, why I think it is. So do you guys remember a time where you got like tax refunds because you
Yeah.
overpaid tax?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't had one. Do you have to inquire about that or I might call him up and be like, can you just work? I just want to see that everything's okay. Is there anything that could come
No,
back?
being young
I think
and
it's
getting them
wild.
tax rebate checks.
It was lit.
Telling you.
Money out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. So does that
Very
happen?
excited.
When you're an adult, that doesn't happen. Is that why it
Nah,
hasn't
it
happened?
still does.
I'm self-employed. So it doesn't happen to me anymore.
I want to call it.
Have you changed jobs though recently, or
No.
that's probably why they probably got your calculation right.
Crap.
Saying that, yeah. Oh, actually, you don't. Yeah. I was just gonna say something about uniform and stuff, innit? Because how basically there's a you can claim £100 back if you use uniform for your work.
As a school uniform. Oh.
Yeah. So if there's any type of uniform and you need to obviously like to maintain it, wash it at home or
Yeah.
whatever, you can get £100.
Brent, let's get TDA t-shirts
Nah, there's a lot of.
with the logo.
For real.
I'm lying. We can get that money back.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For entertainment purposes.
I don't know why this just came back to me, but yeah. I think, see, this is why you don't need to interrupt sometimes.
No, look at that. Now you want us to interrupt.
And the last thing is news from you lot's favorite restaurant, McDonald's. They're basically putting up the price of their cheeseburger for the first time in 14 years.
We used to be a country. This country's going to shit.
But it's 14 years though.
I don't care.
Is this what? This is just a single cheeseburger or the
No,
Double
Now
cheese.
you know if it's a single, it's going to be the double.
Because all I care about is the double. I don't care about the single.
Double is definitely going to go up, babes.
well, yeah, I think so.
If the single goes up, why would the double not? Because everyone
Yeah.
will just get a double.
Leave the double as it is, man. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean? I love me a double from time to time.
So the what do you call it? The single now has gone up from 99p to £1.19.
To be fair though,
Yeah.
sorry, I'm so sorry. But to be fair though, they put the prices up time ago. Because none of them 7 menu things stop being 7 menus when they cross over the
Oh,
£1.
yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, long
So-
time, yeah,
Is it just news because they never did that to the cheeseburger?
exactly.
Plus, no one buys hamburger
But
anyway.
it's not
do.
just a cheeseburger.
Hamburger,
Yeah, I don't,
not cheeseburger.
I don't eat
The hamburger's
cheese.
the one below that.
I don't eat cheese.
What, the 79p joint? No, nothing inside. Just
No, you're rude.
the burger, one pickle.
No.
The gherkin.
First of all, you're not going
and
to
about and about 2 squares
no,
of onions.
no, I'm not having this. You're not
Nah,
gonna do
that burger is so
Let me tell
dead.
you, you're not going to do this to me because what you're eating, you're basically eating a hamburger with cheese.
Yeah.
So what's up with mine? I'm not just.
No, I mean double. So
Don't matter.
2 beef patties
It doesn't matter.
with the cheese.
But even that's something. That's £1.09 or something like that.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's over £1.
What do you
There's
get?
no saver.
You get a meal with that?
No, I get that on the side.
Oh, extra addition.
Yeah, I don't just go there just for a hamburger.
Say that.
It's always me with food on here.
And also, yeah, just to be fair to McDonald's, yeah, they haven't increased the price in line with inflation. If they did, that would now cost £1.42.
For a
So
cheeseburger.
it's something, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You know,
What's it
so,
going up
yeah,
to?
119. So 20p extra. So apparently there's a few other things they're increasing between 10 and 20p. But yeah.
Leave that double cheese alone, though.
Even the McFlurry's like £1 something now.
Mm.
Yeah. But for like over a year now.
Oh,
I think
well,
it was
then,
after that lockdown something.
I hardly get McFlurry, so I don't care about it.
well, it'll be going up. Well, I don't know if it will be, but likely.
If I'm going to pay £2 for McFlurry, I might as well just get cut though. Add my own smartest to it.
This is very true.
Because that's a waste of money.
Mm.
Because even knows what's in that ice cream anyway.
But it's the convenience, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
See, I used to be like that, yeah. I remember one time I was with my boy, I must have went like Sainsbury's or something. This is so random. And he was like, I must have bought, let's say it was Lucas or something, yeah. Say it was £1.50.
Mm.
But I saw offer 2 for £2. So obviously I buy it.
Yeah.
He's like, no, if you do that, you lose.
You're one of those. You're the one that gave a speech about when it comes to sales, like Boxing Day sales and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Where you think you're saving,
Yeah.
but you're not.
No,
Because
he's
you're buying.
No, he's saving because if he came in next day and bought another Lucas,
Exactly.
he's now
Exactly.
spent more money.
This is it.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
a lot of people buy things when they're not going to.
Mm.
They weren't going. You're not going to come. Like, what's the chance of you come back tomorrow anyway?
No, okay, for me, I am a repeat buyer.
Okay,
Mm.
So if I buy a Lucasade
Yeah.
today,
chance that you're going to come
there's
back.
more chances I'm going to buy one tomorrow.
Okay,
So I'll save my money and buy 2.
Exactly.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So yeah, that's it for me, man, for the People's Journal.
All right, lovely. Let's get into sis. What would you do? Okay, no crimes in here today. Hi, girls. Hi, girl and boys. Love the show. I pray that y'all continue to grow and have bountiful success year in, year out. Amen. So I'll keep this short. I done gone and fallen in love with a white boy. Okay, let me read that again. I done gone and fallen in love with a white boy. I'm a 20-year-old Nigerian girl and met him at Suffolk Uni. Girl, you're really giving up the details, isn't it? We actually started talking whilst I was dating a Nigerian guy from London. When I say talking, I just mean we were friends. We are on the same course. He had actually met my man a few times when he came to see me. I found out my ex cheated on me 5 months ago. She gave the name.
Sorry, the name is just throwing me, bro. It's so white.
And Phil was there for me all throughout. I don't know if I meant to say the name.
You are. She put it there.
Yeah, okay.
Shout out Phil.
Okay, so he lips me last week, and all I've done is think about him ever since. So, girls, I want to know what to do here. Just see where this goes. This is probably a silly question for the both of you, but I can't bring myself to tell my girls yet, and I tell them everything. Do I like white guys now? Is this who I am now? Am I making too much of a deal of this? Help me, please.
Big up Phil, you get me?
Big up Phil.
My G.
Do you know what? Okay, I get where you're coming from just because I think the same in that I've said, I wouldn't be with a white guy or stuff like that. So I think that's why, I don't think you're making too much of a big deal. I think you are. I think the amount of deal you're making is warranted, I think, because of obviously how it is that you think. And you strike me as someone who obviously wanted to be with a black person and now you found yourself in a white pickle, which is nothing wrong with that. But
she's got jungle fever.
But I would just say, as you would date any other person, you have to see where it goes anyway. You can't really jump. Do you get me? You can't skip stages. So I would just say, I think just date him. I think if you lips a white boy and you're still thinking about the lips days after, I think go for it. I think as long as you're comfortable going through, I think that's what matters really and truly in all these things. If you're comfortable, that's all that matters.
No,
and I think Koi will say the same thing, to be honest.
Definitely.
Yeah. So don't make too much of a big deal. I think tell your friends if you feel like you want to tell your friends. But also when you tell your friends, don't tell your friends in the way you've written into us. Tell them with confidence. I like this guy. I'm with him. Cool. And then that way they don't have any... I think sometimes we allow people...
Or maybe feel it out first a bit. I don't think you should raise their blood pressure. Don't get them excited. I don't think you should. Don't get them excited for no reason. You get what I'm trying to say? Because feel it out. She don't even know how she feels yet. Because she hasn't told them. There's a reason why there's whatever insecurities there that she feels.
But it's a whiteness. That's what she's doing.
Exactly. So just explore it and make sure that you want to stand in it.
Oh yeah. Then stand in it.
And then stand in it.
Yeah, you're right.
Because it might not. Nothing might not come of this. It could. You get me? And you go and do all that.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you're judged.
Yeah, because you stand in it too soon. It doesn't work out, and then now they're talking behind you and you're behind your back.
Yeah, for real. Man.
Yeah, I would say get to know Phil, see what happens there, and then just literally just date as you normally would, and then as things go, you know whether you want to take up. I think don't think too much about it. I think a lot of sometimes when people think that, not me though, but when people think they can't date white and stuff, it's kind of like how you've been socialized and what you believe. So it's not really what you really believe deep down. Do you get what I mean? So I think just get to know him. If he's a good guy, enjoy that, embrace that. It's tough in the streets. And the Nigerian guys cheated on you, so it's tough in the streets.
Quick question. Is she cheating on her ex?
I know you're talking about, I didn't read that part.
Yeah, I know.
She ain't cheating on her ex. It's her ex. Can't be
do you know why? Because Phil kissed her last week, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she was going through some stuff.
Yeah.
Last week.
Yeah.
She was with this guy, or she was talking about seeing this guy 5 months ago. Pardon me. The ex cheated on her 5 months ago.
Yeah.
Meaning they didn't break up after the cheating, They were still together.
Yeah, and Phil was there for her throughout.
While she was with this...
Phil has been a good friend.
While she was with this Nigerian guy.
Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? There's overlap there. So maybe she's cheating too.
She's not cheating.
Yeah, no, but she's cheating after she found out he cheated.
Yeah, 2 cheats.
Yeah. Give and take, boss.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Let me explain to you.
Yeah, please.
All right, watch this here.
Iman just heard white and said no.
Her ex cheated on her 5 months ago, yeah?
Yeah.
She said Phil came along, minding their business, and was comforting her. And last week kissed
During the
her.
breakup.
No.
There's no breakup.
That's what I'm saying. We don't know.
Well, no, but she said, I found out my ex cheated, so she's dumped him already.
So it's a breakup.
No, I found out my boyfriend cheated on me and I've lips Phil.
Yeah, but she may be calling him an ex for like to kind of make it look some type of way.
Girl, you ain't got to make anything the type of way with me. If
You know
a guy
what I'm
cheats
saying?
on you and you want to do basketballs back,
Or it might be an ex
Do it.
after the kiss.
whatever it is, Phil was in the picture. And Phil is doing what a boyfriend should, what the Nigerian Donny should have done.
Well, Phil didn't allow the Nigerian guys a chance to get back there and fix things.
He shouldn't have broken in the first place.
Things happen. Have you not bumped into a table and vase fall down? Have you spilled milk? Things happen. Mistakes happen. I think we need context.
No, we don't. For someone who fights for polygyny, this is a great example of polygyny. If it is, that's cheating. But anyway, sis, it's all right. We're not here to judge you.
I think this reads that he lips her after they broke up.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it
Because he
reads.
said ex.
Okay. I don't know. It just seemed a bit.
The heels,
I'm just trying to find out.
I hope we reset next week. Because the heels we've been dying on this week have really not been it.
Yeah.
But no, big up her, man. And honestly, like, I think we all agree, except E-Man.
No. To be honest with you, yeah, I feel like do what makes you happy, man.
That's it. That's all you can
I'm
do.
telling
And
you.
I have an affinity for white men who like black women, man.
You have a what?
An affinity towards them.
What's
And
infinity?
also, so
As
you've
in-
got affinity
as in-
to white men,
Who like
Asian men.
who like black women. I rate it. 'Cause
Oh,
they,
do you? Okay.
they see the beauty in the black women. So I like it. You know what I mean?
As opposed to black men.
So you have affinity to black men too?
Of course, because I am a black man.
And this is the beauty. of
My
black men
affinity
too.
to black men is first.
All right. Well, yes. So all the best with that. Let us know when you guys are going to get married. Invite Koya and I to the wedding.
Let's not, you know what I'm saying?
Do you know what's so sad, Jan? I think it is, maybe it's an issue that needs to be addressed one day, but not today because I think we've had a difficult week.
Mm-hmm.
But when I read this and she was like, I'm with a white guy, and I was like, oh, she's gonna be committed soon. She's not gonna do that long talking stage that we do in black community. This is going to, if she writes back to us in 2 months' time, sis could be engaged. They could be moving in together.
They're 20 years old at uni.
You never know. You might be rich. You never know. But when I saw this, I said, progress. She's going to make steps in dating that sometimes black men really don't want us to make. She's gonna be a girlfriend soon. Watch.
All I'll say to my Nigerian sister is this, yeah. Take your time, like Mark
Okay.
said. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, feel it out. It's new. But again, care about yourself. Self-interest.
That's it.
If you're happy and he makes you happy, that's all that should matter, man.
Also,
But bear in mind, obviously, you know, don't be ignorant about the things that matter in this life. Culture clashes, certain things. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Consider all of that as well. But at the end of the day, if you're happy, that's what matters.
also, just because we love a callback in this show, the other day when Mark was saying that men get away with stuff because men with colourful past.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm proud of you, sis, because you did not let that man get away with that. You cheated and you dumped him. And this is the movement that I am for women. So well, big you up, sis. And you deserve, and look at that, your reward is a new man. Love it. Love to see it. But yeah, as you guys know, we have segments every single day. So if you would like to get involved, send messages, voice notes, all that great stuff to 075-6484-1073. You can also email tdasubmissions@thenewblack.com. Black is 12 and X. Do let us know what your segment is for. Asking for friends, what would you do? Or you're just throwing smoke up our asses. But yeah, let's get into Love Island the day after. Actually, they told me I'm watching it with one eye, so I said, "Can we watch it with one eye?" And
No, because what I mean, the
My
episode
hands.
was just very simple to follow.
yeah, it was very simple to follow. So basically, it was a dating episode.
Yeah.
Everyone's final dates. Did they have to vote yesterday?
No,
They didn't. Oh yeah,
Mhm.
so it's the final 5 then.
yeah,
So it was basically the dates. We only saw 3 dates. We saw Adam and Paige first, Damien India, then Ekin and Davide. I do think though, they've left. I feel like it's like a little prophecy.
what do you mean?
They've left the winners
To last,
to last.
or
So-
or at least in the rankings,
In the
who's on
rankings,
top?
yeah. I reckon so. I reckon it's how it's gonna be.
Optics wise,
Mhm.
whose date looked the best to you?
Oh, Damien India.
You think so?
Yes.
Was it? You don't think Davide and Ekansu, man, with the candles and all that? It looked
No,
beautiful.
there's ambience wise.
You're a lover man, though, innit? You're a lover man.
I think like ambience wise was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah,
But in terms of like fun and just
yeah. The fun aspect
The
of it,
night-
yeah,
just the niceness of it,
yeah.
I would say Damien India.
Okay.
Paige
so
and
toxic.
Adams, so dead.
I'm probably
Yeah.
toxic. This is making me sick to my stomach. Even the thought, why would you not watch these dates? Like, who cares about
I was doing my
any of this
homework.
stuff?
Mark, this is our homework.
It's my homework, man.
Sorry, go on.
I
sorry.
never watched these. I don't. When I tell you Love Island, I watched Love Island up until this point.
I felt bad
never,
coming here another day without watching it and leaving her just to give us the debrief, innit? So I thought, let me watch it.
Let me. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I never watched Love Island. Like I don't do it. I literally check out and then I tune in for the final one. Then I'm
Okay.
like, oh, someone else has left. Do you know what I mean? I never ever watched. So Brent, I hope you take this into consideration and love me for it. But yeah, so Adam and Paige basically went on a boat. Bloody dead. It was it was so boring.
Yeah, they
The
got
boat
the, they
looked
got the short straw.
The sea looked boring.
What about, was their chemistry boring? Or like, was they bored?
They're just normal. Like they're just.
I'm not gonna lie, Paige, I had to find Paige really annoying, man.
Oh!
Her mannerisms, the way she talks, just shut up. Man. She's jarring.
That's the thing.
She's so jarring.
It's just like, shut up.
Yeah,
Like,
shut up, man. Stop talking, man. I beg you.
I find her so.
She's annoying.
Do you know something? You know on Twitter you got the your circles. Do you guys have that yet? Do you have that setting yet?
Circles. Oh, the groups within the.
Yeah, we've been
Yeah,
TikTok, but these
yeah.
ones are actually covered, so no standards, no shade. But I was literally gonna tweet. I was like, oh my gosh, this girl pisses me off. Like, and I was like, you know what? Let me not.
Yeah.
Let me just not do that. But yeah, so they had a thingy, boat dates. They were the first ones as soon as they woke up. They didn't look like they didn't bath before they went on that date. They didn't shower.
I don't think they did.
No, Marks, as soon as they woke up, yeah, and they did the whole, oh, morning everyone, how's everyone? It's like, ding.
I remember, but obviously they edit that all out.
Nah, but I'll be honest with you. When I saw them all dressed up when they're about to leave the door.
Because the way the show always makes it seem like people get dressed very fast. Like they announce
Yeah,
something
but-
and then the next scene they're leaving the house.
No, but
Because they
their
cut out all the in
faces,
between.
especially Adam's face looked like what it looked like in the scene where I saw
Yeah, but I
him
wasn't
woke up.
surprised if Adam didn't bath. White people don't bath like that.
Yeah, but Paige is white.
What?
Paige is white.
No, I'm talking about Adam.
Yeah, but if Adam, who's white, don't bath, Paige, who's white, also would just put
I know,
makeup
but
on.
she's a girl, innit? So I'm giving her more grace because she's a girl. I'm assuming that girls, you know.
I'd be surprised.
They do what the girls do.
What did them bow? I don't know. I'm hoping she did. But they just didn't look like, I don't know, it wasn't given to me. And you know, like on Love Island, apparently they give them like very strict time and stuff. So
Yeah.
I feel like they have to make cuts here and there. So they just,
I wouldn't be surprised.
I would not be shocked. But yeah, so basically they were like, oh, you know, they're not gonna, they see a future with each other, blah, 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 blah. And they're not gonna play it cool anymore. They feel like they've been playing it cool. Obviously, they've really only been together for like 2 weeks. I keep forgetting. I feel like he's been there for time. But
Yeah.
because he's been on the show before. So they were like, obviously, because it's been 2 weeks here, as much as they're feeling like great energy towards each other, they're also trying to pace themselves, kind of thing. But they were like, you know what? Like, Paige, like, I don't want to play it cool anymore. And Adam was like, I can't lie to you, I stopped playing it cool from like day 2. Like, I'm just really in this. They didn't drop any L word or anything like that. It's just that, you know, I see this working on the outside. Adam did say as well that, you know, Paige has brought out a better side to him, than any other situation has. And yeah, and also I didn't clock it was the first date as well, actually. So it was the first and final date in the villa. And yeah, so I thought that was cute. Honestly, their date was just, they were on a boat. They were on a boat on a top deck,
Yeah.
bit of food, both in blue.
I saw pictures of Dami in India's one.
Yeah, that was
It looked like a whole big production.
carnival. It was amazing.
No, it was a production.
It was a whole
Yeah, it was a
production.
production.
No, the still pictures that I've seen is like, I'm like,
Amazing.
Yeah, there's bare
What?
people,
What?
colours and people
It
and
was just-
vibrancy.
this looks
It was
produced.
great.
Yeah, no, it was produced. Everything.
It was
the
great.
show is heavily produced.
Heavily produced.
Yeah, but how come they went so hard for them then?
Because they're leaving. Because I think they've done it in order of
Of who's
of winners.
of the rank. Yeah, I'm sure Adam and
Paige are
Paige
gonna
are
come third.
bottom of the barrel in terms of like those 5 left.
Yeah, but I think Adam and Paige are going to come third.
You think so?
I think India and
I don't think the
Dami are gonna
public
come
care about Adam. Adam's a callback to a couple
No, but
years
it's like
ago.
no, but it's like Paige. Paige is like the people's sweetheart. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
I
she's
think
a
they
cute
like
girl.
Paige.
And
Yeah, they like Paige, but I think Adam's dragging her down a bit.
Do you think?
Do you know who Adam is? His reputation.
No, but he's rebranded.
He's trying to
though.
rebrand like a good guy, but he's known as a scumbag.
Yeah, but he's rebranded well. Though.
What season was he in then?
I
don't think I
what
saw
season
that.
he is.
I can't remember. I
But,
didn't watch
he's
that.
proper, but I don't believe he's rebrand. I believe
I don't believe
he's
he's
the
rebranded.
same guy because he's trying to say, I'm older. He's 26. He's not old.
Yeah.
Agbaya. But you know that anyway. I was gonna say something. That's how they call me racist. I'm not gonna say it. But yeah, it's hard 26.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they did that. I thought like Dami, and so what else was there? I find it funny that how whenever the girls are gonna get ready, the guys basically get back in bed because they're gonna take so long. I'm just gonna get back
Oh,
in bed.
listen.
But listen.
No, girls and getting ready.
For real.
Once you're ready, I'll get dressed.
No.
For real.
I'm gonna sit in my boxers until you're ready.
I find it so funny how it actually annoys guys. But you want me to look cute, right? So so Dami and India, their date was next. But in the thing, like I think they said something about that fiesta. So they kind of had an idea that was gonna be kind of like dancing, Mexican, that kind of vibe. And then it was cute because Davide was teaching Dami how to dance just in case he needs to dance. And then basically they went into like this village town here, like a senile cheetah girls, like when they went to Spain. When they went to Barcelona. And then they're there and they're walking through like the town or whatever. And they just hear drums and they hear drums. And it's actually, I don't know, it's like a scene out of Lion King. And then all these dancers and drummers just come out and it's like a whole like carnival thing. And obviously the melanin is popping, the sun is out. Like, whew. They're beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Nice.
What else? What was he made it a girlfriend?
Yeah, he made it.
Yeah, so they officially, that's why I keep telling girls, when guys say exclusive, it's not basically girlfriend. They've got to ask to be a girlfriend. So he was like, obviously you're my girl, but I would like you to be my girlfriend. But it's so funny because they're so cute. And she was like, are you seriously asking me like right now? He was like, yeah. And it was cute and they hugged and whatever. Their date had me, like I was smiling so hard. I just absolutely loved it. I absolutely like, I find they kind of, I think I'm believing that he does genuinely like her.
That's good.
I will see what he's like on the guest outside.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to put the Nigerian thing to the side.
Skeptical about Love Island couples.
Yeah, I'm a bit skeptical.
Yeah. What's that?
What girl?
Oh no, but it's just, I'm saying they're gonna make this girl lose her mind.
You dummy.
Who?
India.
Nah, the party girl.
Why?
Yeah, just so everybody knows, Margs did the right thing. He set it off mic. And
Okay.
Emmanuel asked him to interrupt the conversation.
Sorry.
It's not your fault. Don't say sorry.
And what's killing me?
I thought it was part
What's
the way-
killing me?
the way
I knew
you're-
what was happening. He should have known. It's because he's been away and he's been in the sun.
But you know what's killing me the most? Is that you made a scene.
I lie?
No,
Don't mind them.
this is part of what we do here. We need people to understand.
Make a scene.
We need people to understand the disconnect between these two brethren. It's us, man. It's us. This is it.
Oh, he's still angry about the holiday thing.
Yes.
So basically, do you know what it is? Do you know what's mad?
Yeah.
They're basically trying to compete who's going to be Mark's best friend.
Essentially.
Y'all are fighting
He
with
doesn't
your...
know you, man.
With your,
Doesn't
with
know
your
you.
Fighting for Mark's love.
Who's for Mark's
We gotta
love?
fight for Mark's love.
These are so
For
dumb.
the love of Mark's.
What I'm gonna say is Hackney.
Hey, it's a cheat code as well. He knows.
Yo, these niggas are fighting for Mashtown chains. Don't talk about, I'm gonna ordain you.
No, sorry.
It's ridiculous, man. But yeah, so their date had me smiling. So I think I'm actually, can't lie to you, because I know how Nigerian men are. And this dilemma we had previously with the girl with the white guy now. I just know how Nigerian men tend to be. So I'm skeptical, but I do believe that he does like, and he also said he's moving from Ireland because you know he's from Ireland, so he's gonna move down to London.
No, he said, that's what he said. He's not, he loves Ireland and I'm not
No, he
moving.
said even though I love it and I've grown up there, it's all I know.
Yeah.
I'm wanting to move down here.
He has to move now because it's not
Oh,
for her.
yeah,
It's for the
definitely not.
opportunities that Love Island's going to bring him
Absolutely.
in London.
Absolutely.
If she wants that relationship to last, she better move to Ireland.
That's it.
He's, bro.
What opportunities are in Ireland?
Okay, let me explain something to you. Yeah,
Go on.
man said this is all I know. Yeah, like he were looking at him like he's
Yeah.
one of us. Yeah, he is not. Okay, he is
Oh,
not.
we know he's not.
Him even coming here, yeah, and the experience, yeah, just as a human and a civilian, could have potentially been overwhelming if he went to the wrong place. Him coming out as
He went to
Dammy
the villa.
from Love Island,
Yeah.
yeah, and stepping into this London, yeah, it's finished. He's cooked.
So you think that she should... So what happens to her
People
when
don't
she
know
goes
what they
there?
don't know. I'm not telling you he's not a good man and he's not capable of doing certain things, but he's not prepared for what's coming out his way.
But
Especially if he moves to London and stays here in it.
No, but to be fair, the people that come out of Love Island, they're never prepared for what happens. I feel like they come and they think, "Oh, where the bitches at?" Like, do you know what I mean? So they don't-
Ooh, where the bitches
so
at?
everyone does the whole speech about, "Oh, you're all I see and you're everything." Let's get outside first and let's see how you can really be in when you say you stand the test of time, basically.
That he's one of the main ones. He's not a Deji or a Remy.
Yeah.
He's a main island. He's a main
yeah.
part of this show.
He's a final act.
He is
Yeah.
a guy. When he steps out on the streets,
Yeah,
it is going to be overwhelming.
But what I love though is that India is a proper baddie. So whatever he does, she will also counteract with it and do it.
Mm.
times
Yeah,
two.
because she's gonna get
Because
hella attention as well.
Yeah.
definitely.
She's stunning. But so he said this is gonna move down. Obviously, when he said that, I thought, oh, this is sweet. But this is one of the things where girls lose their minds when they like guys, because when he said that, I was thinking, yeah, but you're moving down because obviously career opportunities. I would have been that moment when he said, oh, I'm moving down for you. You're not moving down for me, mate. You're moving down because this is where the money's at. But anyway, so he's gonna move down, and she was like, oh, I love the fact. She's like, the fact that you're gonna move down because of me and blah blah. I really appreciate that. Lets me know how serious you are. The date was really cute. I think with everyone as well, what everyone kind of did was also reflect on obviously their journey through the villa. And he said that when he came in, she was the first girl he noticed, and he thought she was like absolutely stunning. And also as well, I keep forgetting as well that technically he kind of stole her in a way. Do you get me? Because she was with Ikenna, wasn't it? Yeah, she was with Ikenna, and he was with Amber, but they were friends. And he was like, even though when we're friends and stuff, like I just knew he's like the connection I felt with you was just very different. And I'm so glad that I pursued it when I did. And then she was like, actually, yeah, when I came in as well, like when I saw you, I thought, okay, like he's good looking, he's attractive. And he's like, why didn't you say? And she was like, just didn't. But so I think they've got a very, very beautiful story there. And then who else? And Ekin and Davide went on their dates.
Yeah.
And their date was, I think it was
nice.
very romantic. I think out of everyone, that was the most romantic date.
Mm.
But obviously, Damien India was the most fun date.
Yeah, because theirs was in the daytime, innit? And
Yeah,
just
just
never was
daytime.
at nighttime. So you had the night, you had all the candles, you had the...
They had a violin. Someone was
Yeah.
playing violin. That's some guy who apparently is known. He sings. He was
Yeah, I can't remember
singing
his name.
live.
Yeah.
Theirs was really like very romantic. He was giving proposal. Very, very romantic. And again, same with everyone else. They just talked about, whatever.
I don't believe Davide, man. He said he loves her.
I don't believe Davide.
I don't believe nothing.
I don't
coming out of
believe
his
Davide,
mouth,
nothing,
bruv.
anything that man says.
I don't believe those two. Still.
What, Ekin and Davide?
No.
No. I think, do you know what it is? I don't believe Davide. I think Davide is just like, this is what works. There's no one else.
Yeah.
Cool. But I believe with Ekin, I don't really believe, I feel like she's put on, I feel like her feelings are, she's acting. I feel like she does have feelings for him, but she's amplified it a bit more. But with Ekin, I know that Ekin is thinking business. Ekin is thinking money.
Yeah.
Ekin is thinking career. Like,
Yeah.
so do you get me? So I know that she's playing the game for the long,
Yeah.
she's playing the long game.
Yeah.
But with David, I just think he's just playing because there's nothing else to do at the moment, kind of thing. But yeah, he said they said the love word. I didn't know that was the first time they said it, but
Yeah, I
it
don't
was.
believe it.
She said, I love you. Well, she said it first to be fair. She said, I love you. And he said, yeah, ti amo. No, she said ti amo. And then he said, I love you too. And she was very like emotional, like, because obviously it was nice ambience or whatever. Not enough to cry in my opinion, but she cried. And
then
he
they
was like, oh, like, oh, don't cry and blah,
Yeah.
blah.
Then they kissed.
They're the kiss.
The lips like proper like the
They lips.
might as well have sex.
Yeah, they be kissing.
The way
like
they
that,
kiss is like the kiss that leads
They-
to sex.
Yeah,
That's how they
always
kiss.
kiss like time is not on their hands. This is the last final
We're
kiss
about
you
to
can
die.
ever get. Like, this is it.
Yeah.
Kiss me now or I'm dying. That's how they kiss.
That's how they kiss all the time.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was that. And then, but she was like very emotional and just found it very like sweet and cute and all that kind of stuff. And then, but Davide is so like, he's so funny and so like blunt, his jokes. Cause he's like, oh, come on, Ekin. She's crying. Then he's like, yeah, it was romantic. Then he goes, anyway.
He's so unintentionally funny.
He's just so hilarious. He's like, anyway. I was like, yeah. And then they all went back. And so when everyone went back home, went back to Villa, they obviously expressed their
Yeah.
whatever, and the girls would scream and blah,
Yeah.
blah, and all that kind of stuff. And then she did hers as well. And it was basically just a date
Yeah.
episode.
You know, this season, yeah, compared to last season, did they do these? Like, I feel like debriefs are just a part of like every day. But before, was it that frequent that they always have these debriefs after
No.
every?
I don't remember it that much.
every morning, after every day. It's just every minute.
It's
Okay,
a killer.
guys and boys separate.
Yeah, it's a killer.
Debrief. Like,
But you know what? Maybe because we haven't watched it in 2 years. Remember, because last Love Island was the year of the pandemic.
Yeah.
It was the winter one before that.
Yeah.
So maybe we haven't seen it so much. But because they're always having chats.
always. It's
Gosh,
so
like-
robotic.
And I think more than ever that I've definitely seen a production in this. And it's just sad because it's like, I feel like it's ruined it.
Mm.
I would have liked it to be more like just more of like a free kind of thing. Because even like the scenes, like the dates and stuff, you can just tell it's like, okay, like action. Okay, stop. Talk about that again. Like It just looked very, very
Yeah,
scripted.
even the way Adam and Paige were sitting on the boat,
Yeah.
it was very. I'm sure they told them to sit in a certain way,
Yeah, like they
so
marked
they can
X.
get a certain shot of them,
Yeah.
rather than it being a natural flow. You know what I mean?
I really, really hope that the next one will be like more natural, but I doubt it because I guess the more popular a show becomes, the more budget you get, and then the more you can put into it.
And the more they want to control it as well.
Yeah, it's just not really it, man. I wasn't really enjoying it that much. What else was that? That was it.
I'm just astonished that all the originals are left,
I can't believe that. The people we started with,
apart from Adam.
yeah.
That's
I
it.
thought, okay, actually, I feel like Adam stole someone's spot. I don't feel like it was fair that Adam came in. I don't think it was fair that he got to do a rerun because really and truly, he's had his opportunity. I feel like when you go to Love Island, it presents you an opportunity. Go forth and do whatever it is you want to do with that opportunity.
Yeah.
You don't get to have like a second chance. And I feel like with Adam, every time I look at him, I just think you took someone else's opportunity for this.
Do you think Jax would still be there if it wasn't for?
Nah, Jackson was
Adam?
due to go.
Okay.
He was
Volatile, innit?
No, the way he was crying,
Ah!
something was up. This guy wouldn't stop weeping.
Jax was on like he was just waiting to. It was a bomb waiting to just at any moment. I feel like if he did, I feel like Adam obviously. I feel like
But
Adam
to be fair,
sped it up.
But Adam's the one who pushed him off the edge. Because remember,
No, but I think that though. But I also think that if Adam wasn't there,
yeah,
he would have been kicked out the way Sharif was.
Is Jax about?
I don't know.
What do you mean
He's
he's
been
about?
the last man saw.
Do you see him do you see him online or anything?
Oh, yeah,
Like, does he has a presence? Like,
he's
do you
done,
see
he's
him?
done a few things.
I need him to do what Jay's doing and
What's that?
tweet live with us.
Oh, Jay's tweeting live.
Jay,
What, Jay, is it Jay or is it someone controlling Jay's account?
Nah, it's Jay.
Oh, is it? why? You can tell by the way he's bland.
There's some behind cameras things that we'll tell you after, but
Oh,
it is
okay,
Jay.
okay. Oh, it is.
Jay's having fun. Jay's having fun. But yes, I feel like Adam just took someone else's spot. I feel like it's not fair that you get to do another. They better come fifth, if I'm being honest with you.
They ain't winning.
Paige
No,
can't
they're
come
definitely gonna
fifth,
win.
Surely.
She has to, man. Because it's not fair. Why did he come last time?
Adam.
Yeah.
He got
Did
kicked
make
off.
the
He
finals?
left. No, he got booted off the show.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, not by the producers, by
Public.
his
Oh,
either the
yeah.
public or the peers.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So I'm saying you don't get to come back and then do like a rerun and then just go to the final. No. Get out. And we don't even like
They've
Paige that
never
much.
done a bring back like that before. And to do it, and for him to just come and just fall in love with Paige is like...
It's so convenient.
You know why? Because outside of like it's him and Ovi, I reckon are the top two like male
Should've
bump
got Ovi
shows
back.
the show's ever had. And Adam came out the house. Remember he done that 50 city tour of doing club appearances. Like he made a name for himself when he came out the house, innit?
Yeah.
And he's never. I don't think the show's ever had someone like him before. Who like every single girl liked, running through girls, being ruthless, like chopping girls, dumping them.
Do you know what
He
I
was
think?
on smoke, innit?
I don't think they even needed to do that, you know. Because do you know what's mad?
Mm.
They brought him in, yeah, but I feel like he might have even bamboozled them. Where they brought him in thinking, yeah, go in and start shit. And he said, bet. Then he went in there and said, they don't even know I'm here for a rebrand.
Yeah, he didn't really do anything intentionally.
He didn't do anything.
Really, he didn't really come in. Obviously, Jax was a
But
consequence
that
of him
was
being
just
there, but
security.
he didn't
actually
do anything. He just done
Yeah.
what he meant to do, which was to pick a girl.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, I don't know, man. They better come fifth. I don't think it's fair for them to be like top four. Do you get what I mean? You remember the last four? I don't think it's fair for him to be.
I actually believe that he's gonna drag Paige down, and they're gonna be last out of this group.
So they're going to come fifth.
I think so.
Interesting.
I think so.
But just going to say as well to listeners, actually. So obviously on Monday, we're going to do a recap of that we're done. The last one.
Oh yeah,
And I think we're fun to do a recap of the season. So ask us like our favourite moments, maybe like our favourite contestant, our favourite couple, our favourite whatever.
Mm.
Just questions in the comments.
So it ends on Sunday.
yeah.
Yes, to the glory of
Okay.
God.
Have the parents
so
come yet?
happy. Sorry?
Have the parents come yet?
No, I think they're going to come in probably weekend.
Might be
Oh no,
on-
because you don't get a Saturday.
No, there's only 2 shows left.
Yes,
Today and Sunday.
Maybe the parents are coming.
Today?
Maybe they aren't coming.
Because no, they can't come today because
They still have to show us Luca Gemma's date
Dema's day. No, yeah, and Tasha
and
and
Tasha and
Andrew.
Andrew's date. So unless the parents come on this same episode,
Yeah.
They're not coming.
I guess
But
they
them
ain't
dates are
coming.
so boring anyway. Those are the most boring ones. They do you know what they should have showed us?
What's that?
Should have showed us those two first. Then we could have had the fun ones tonight. Because I'm not going to sit through Tasha and, I'm letting you guys know now. Tasha and Andrew, I don't want to see them on a date. I don't want to see them on a normal screen on a normal date. How much more on a date?
Well,
Luca and Gemma. Luca's going to talk about, oh gosh, Luca makes me sick. He's just going to just bang on about, we've had a difficult time, blah, 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 and I can't wait to go outside so I can finally be your boyfriend. He's really auditioning for that role heavy.
So what, they're exclusive, but they're not.
They're unsaid. They're exclusive, but that's been unsaid. Because Gemma's not trying to make any kind of commitment
At all.
until her family approve, and I doubt it.
Yeah, I don't think her family's going to improve.
I don't think she likes him like that. I cannot believe, even though everyone has come out and said they like each other, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
He's annoying.
I think he thinks he's doing well
Yeah.
as his audition is going well, but it's going bad.
Because there's nothing worse than being with an insecure guy. Like, obviously everyone's got their own insecurities, yeah. But being with a guy that's insecure and reminds you of his insecurities and projects that onto you every day is the most draining thing. I would never do that sentence again in my life. It's the worst sentence you can do. So I don't know, man. But yeah, so if the parents come tonight, that might be a thing. But we didn't get a preview for tonight or anything like that. So
we'll see.
That's really it. But yeah, you guys asked some questions about Love Island in general in the comments and whatever. And we'll do a final recap on Monday. Looking forward to it. Let's get into our last headlines for the day.
Okay, so it seems as though Turkish football fans, or some of them anyway, love Putin. So Ukrainian officials have condemned Turkish football fans who chanted Russian leader Vladimir Putin's name at a Champions League clash in Istanbul. Thousands of Fenerbahce supporters joined in on the chant after their team conceded a goal to Ukrainian champions Dynamo Kiev. Dynamo Kiev ended up winning the match 2-1, having drawn 0-0 in the first leg played in Poland because of Russia's invasion. Ukrainian ambassador Vasyl Bodnar said the incident had saddened him deeply. He wrote on Facebook, "We will never understand the words of support for the Russian killer and aggressor who deliberately kills Ukrainians and destroys our country. Even football, which is loved in Turkey, has its limits." UEFA said they will open an investigation into the incident. And the last headline is from you guys' favourite PM.
All right.
Boris Johnson is due to get married on the weekend.
BJ.
Well,
I like.
he's married already, but he's going to have the official wedding.
Okay.
So Boris Johnson and his wife, Kerry, will hold their wedding party at a Grade 1 country manor house in the Cotswold owned by billionaire Tory donor Lord Bamford. The pair married last year in a small ceremony with 30 guests because of COVID restrictions, but Johnson's spokesperson said at the time they plan to celebrate again in the summer of 2022. It is the third marriage for Johnson, who has 2 children with Kerry. The ceremony last year at Westminster Cathedral was prepared in secret and guests celebrated in the Downing Street garden with just one official photograph released. It's unclear if Mr. Johnson's 4 children from his second marriage will attend with their relationship with their father still said to be fractious, given he left their mother for his now wife amid allegations of an alleged affair. But his father Stanley and his siblings, including broadcaster Rachel Johnson, are sure to be there. Insiders have claimed that the coup that forced the PM to resign has also had an impact on who's going to be among the 150 to 200 guests, with Michael Gove, who was sacked for telling his old friend to go, said to be amongst those who are going to be replaced. The weather will be somewhat typical of the UK with clouds in the Cotswold. I know you guys were saying it's going to be like 27 degrees here. But over there it's going to be like 23 degrees. Won't be the hottest, but still be a decent day. And hopefully the Prime Minister and his wife have a nice day, man.
Imagine your dad being Boris Johnson. It must be difficult for them growing up. Not even growing up these days. People actually know your dad is Boris Johnson.
Boy. What'd you say, man?
Better than Michael Jackson.
Yeah, watch your mouth, boy.
No way. No way. Of course, I prefer your dad to be Michael Jackson and Boris Johnson. Are
Nah.
you crazy? What?
I
King
know
of
about
pop.
Well,
You got
who'd you
your
choose?
mind.
Who'd you choose?
I'd rather the one who voted Brexit than the one who does things to kids.
Allegedly.
It's a legend, man.
Allegedly.
Who's got a brighter future?
I don't
Who's got the bigger platform just to thrive in life?
Yeah,
Michael's son
yeah.
or Boris's?
Michael.
Michael could be my
I don't know,
daddy.
not one of Michael's kids.
What do you mean? You don't know Prince?
No.
You don't know Blanket?
No, sorry, that's not. Michael don't have kids.
Yeah, they're
That's
not
why.
his-
That's why.
No,
He doesn't have kids.
No, that's why we don't know
they're
them.
not his biological kids.
Michael has
They're his
adopted
adopted kids.
So Michael's done a lot of things. I'll defend him. I'll tell you about what he did and what he didn't do. Yeah. That man doesn't have kids.
No, he hasn't got biological kids.
He doesn't.
But he
That's
adopted them.
Yeah.
So why are you accepting the adopted kids?
Oh well, if you're saying he's adopted them, then
No, they
that's
are
fine.
adopted.
But he doesn't. He doesn't.
No,
have
he
kids.
claims when he was alive, he acted like they was
Yes,
his actual
Yeah,
mother. Obviously, they weren't.
Michael doesn't have kids.
Kids are white.
Even the way you're saying is not telling me to want him to be my dad. I'd pick BJ, mate. I'd pick Boris Johnson.
Bro Johnson's a pleb, bruv. Like,
Bumbling idiot.
yeah.
Yeah,
Buffoon.
and Michael Jackson was allegedly.
But he was also what? Also many other great things.
He was, yeah, but I don't want any bad taste. Like, no. Ew.
All right, would you take Michael Jackson for certain errors then? Like, you know what I mean?
When he was black, when he was too young to be a dad then.
A cut-off point.
I don't know. Before he allegedly started doing things he did to kids and built that Neverland thing behind his backyard. Talking about he missed out on his kid's childhood. Yeah, it's fine.
Team MJ, man.
We could tell.
Ride or
babes.
die.
Yeah.
All right, done out here.
Today's recipient of Done Out Here is not Michael Jackson.
Should be. Should be you for thinking
It
Nas probably died. You think Nas was dead? What? You are done out here. You should have put his name in the doc.
Who's Done Out Here this week? Dr. Michael Weberly. Just for I don't want to say gross negligence. I don't know what the word is, but basically, there's a doctor. He's getting in trouble. He's been struck off because he's prescribing sex-changing drugs. Yeah, I think it's for transgender patients and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But he's been prescribing them to like children and that, which is a bit.
They're not allowed.
I don't know. I don't think what. Basically, one of the youngest people that he's prescribing to is a 9-year-old child.
Mm.
So you sex-changing drugs to a 9-year-old is a bit wild. You know what I'm trying to say? One of the teenagers he prescribed the drugs to actually went on to commit suicide. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So the problem is with what this guy's doing here, yeah, is he's taking it amongst himself, yeah. I don't know if he thinks he's doing a good deed or not, but he's taking it amongst himself to give anyone and everyone who asks for these sex-changing drugs the drugs. Anybody that comes into him and says, I feel like I'm a man or I feel like I'm a woman and I need these drugs, he's giving them the drugs. And he's not going through the proper protocols, like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, there's certain checks and stuff and that. And he's just doing his own discretion.
I've had this is tricky.
What, Chris Vicky should be doing it.
Because you know what it is? Because I've seen like stories from a lot of people within the community saying how difficult it is. Like they're on a long list and they can't get the help they want and blah, blah. So maybe he was doing it from a place of,
Yeah, but
I'm not going to make life because
there's a
life is
word
difficult
here.
for them.
What is the word? Because what he's doing is
He's like, he's not doing it. Maybe he's not putting the proper,
He's not
putting
doing-
things in place properly.
he's
That
not
kind of thing.
he's not doing the right thing. Like I said, one of the patients went to commit suicide. You know what I'm trying to say? So
Yeah.
he's not even. He's probably, I don't know whether professionally whether he's even qualified to judge what mental frame of mind these people are in. Like the decisions that he's making are important decisions.
Kind of like aftercare kind of thing. Like he's not.
Aftercare, before care, even putting thought into it. I'm guessing why they're saying it's so difficult is because
Yeah.
there's so much red tape that needs to be cut in and so much things you have to go through. People,
Mm.
are you definite that this is the decision that you want to make?
Okay, yeah.
He's on some office open that you could walk in there tomorrow
Yeah.
and say, I think I'm a man, I'm depressed, I want to, and he's going to say, all right, cool, here's the medicine.
Yeah.
That's negligence, isn't it?
Yeah.
That
It is negligence.
is
It's
negligence.
medical-
That's
yeah.
medical negligence.
Yeah.
You're not doing the right thing. Like, you're going to put more people at risk and at harm than doing good because you think
Yeah.
you're doing a
Just
good
serve
thing.
society,
You know what I'm trying to say? And you're a doctor and people put rules and stuff and these things and safeguards in place so people can't get hurt. They're there for a reason. So for you to just be bypassing them, yeah, and then someone's already felt the repercussions of your stupid action. Someone's already took their life. And then like, I don't understand. Who was the conversation you had with the 9-year-old? Was it with their parents or what? How did that play out?
Hopefully it's the
Mad.
parents.
Like
Yeah.
even in the thing, it says that he failed to gain informed consent, from the patients.
Okay, so he's mad.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Imagine.
He said, you want it, you got it.
And are some of them, because they're obviously they're teenagers. I'm not guessing how long it goes down. You be a teenager from 13. But I'm saying if you was like 14 or something, you would need consent from the parents, maybe.
Yeah, but then I know that they're putting things in place where, because imagine your parents are opposed to it.
Yeah.
And then, do you know what I mean? So I think they're putting stuff in place where children can kind of get help with, like, by bypassing the parents. But a 9-year-old, come on.
Yeah, he's done because basically, like, he was just bending to the patient's wishes
Yeah.
and just doing what they want. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, and he's not being objective. He's not giving the assessment. He's not doing nothing, which is definitely gonna do more bad than good. He's been giving out puberty blockers and all these things. It's just yeah.
It's wild.
So he's gone to the tribunal. I think he's been suspended. Well, he was suspended, and I think he was fined £12,000. I didn't even get to the end of the story to get closure on it to see what happened, but I just see it and I just thought, yeah, this is dangerous.
That is
Because he thinks he's doing a good thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? He thinks he's doing a good thing. He thinks he's doing a smart thing, but he's actually being a fool. You get me? And it's dangerous. And just the whole 9-year-old thing is like, that one got me. When does it start? When?
Exactly.
Right.
Sad.
It's wild, but Dr. Webley, you are done at it. Hopefully you won't be prescribing any more drugs to anybody anytime soon. Let's get into our outro.
Right, what an iconic week has been on TDA. It's been one for the books, this has. Well, thank you guys as always for tuning. Not Brent adding a
Have you not
picture.
missed Brent's thing?
What is this? So you have to choose 5
What's this,
comedians
yeah?
only. Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna lie, I've been doing it already.
Okay, basically, okay.
You
So
have
guys,
to choose
basically,
5 comedians.
yeah, you're gonna put the picture up for the listeners, Brent.
Yeah.
Brent, I'm allowed to do 2, as in 1 for purely stand-up.
Why
And then-
why black people
No,
can't just
I hate
play
when
the
people
game?
move the rules.
No, I hate what you
Bruv.
said.
And
No.
the other
He's
for
gonna answer my
overrule.
question, and then
No.
he's gonna add a little bit extra.
No,
It
there's
don't
no
matter,
caveats.
just
There's no
answer the
caveats.
question, Joe.
There's no
5.
caveats.
You wanna go home?
You want to go home with that? I want to get the fuck out of here.
I'm ready to get the fuck ASAP.
Yeah, but I've already created them.
Whilst they're looking, you can run it.
Is that, alright, cool.
Exactly.
No, 'cause I ain't finished the all round yet one yet.
See, you're asking for too much.
Okay, cool. I'll do my purely stand-up one is Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, Cat Williams, Bernie Mac, and Cedric the Entertainer.
Okay.
And
The
then
other category?
My all-round one, I haven't finished yet, is Eddie Murphy, Dave Chappelle, Chris Tucker. I got to add 2 more names.
Okay. I'm gonna pick off like TV shows, everything. Just people that I find funny. I'm gonna pick Kevin Hart because Kevin Hart's my favorite person in the world. Chris Rock, I would say as well. Dave Chappelle. I think Cat Williams is funny. And just for equality, Tiffany Haddish.
What?
Oh, so you're saying it. Wait a minute.
Where's Quay, man? We need Quay for this conversation.
Sorry, what does that mean? What does that mean? What? Yusuf?
Let's not do this. Let me go, please. Can I pick my 5, please?
Can I say that? This should be a no judgment zone. Because you wanted to pick in every category in this kind of
Yeah,
movie, in
because
this and
I'm
that.
engrossed in
That's
this kind of
fine.
stuff.
And that's great. But I just picked 5 because I followed the rules. So don't judge me listening to the rules.
Say nothing, B.
Yeah, it's
Mine
better when
doesn't
things
work
get done within the parameters set. I prefer that.
Thank you, King. Come on, babes.
My 5 on here, it's easy. I'll just pick from everybody here who's got the best specials that I enjoy. So my 5 would be Eddie Murphy, probably be Raw, Jamie Foxx. I might need Security, Cat Williams. I can't remember what that one's called. Shit. All Dave Chappelle ones. And then even if I watch bare specials, but even if it's just for your Kings of Comedy set, Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac is a legend.
There you go.
Also, I'm going to add Martin Lawrence to my all-round list. as well.
Martin Lawrence
You're
should
done.
be there, yeah? You see,
You're done.
no, it's not called. It's called
What, he's
the
special?
one where he went mad. What's the special called? Martin Lawrence. Run, tell that. It's
Yeah,
called
Run, Tell That. Yeah,
Run,
yeah,
Tell
I've
that
seen
is
Run, Tell That.
cold.
Yeah,
Run,
It is
Tell
cold.
that is
Yeah.
cold.
Yeah.
Very good. It nearly made it, but Jamie Foxx, I might need Security is sensational. And that's the one. If you see the extra bits where he's playing the piano at the back and he calls the crowd up and then he's doing all the interactive stuff, I might need Security is one of the
I
coldest.
don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah, you seen it?
Nah.
Watch it. You watch it because if you, I had the DVD, so I had the
Oh, yeah.
extras. You get me? So if you just went on YouTube, you probably just find the thing. But if you can find the full thing, it's super cold.
And what you think Raw's better than Delirious? Eddie Murphy.
I think it's my age. I haven't experienced Delirious properly. What I know of Delirious is what I've been told and the perception it has.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I know of it. I don't know it. That Raw set, I know it back to back. I know it off by heart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When I could talk it, I know it off by heart. But I know I know it. You get me? So I don't know Delirious. I don't know how funny it is. I just know the reputation of it. I know it's supposed to be good,
Okay.
but I don't know it. So is it good?
It's amazing, man.
It's better. Well, it can't be better than Raw. Though. I can be better than Raw.
I think it's better than Raw. I think I laughed more in Delirious than I did with Raw when I first saw them. Yeah.
I have to go back and watch both those because I didn't watch them as a child, right? But just with my I feel like I have a controversial take on
Mm.
those two. I don't believe.
Surprise,
I don't
surprise.
believe they're that funny.
Bro, I watched Raw, yeah, as an adult. Could have been 4 or 5 years ago, something like that, yeah. From start to finish, yeah. Died.
But I have to watch it. I have to watch
That
it again.
it's amazing,
I haven't seen
bro.
them since I was a kid.
That is not. Listen, that is fact. That is it's cold, bro. Promise to God, it's cold. Watch it tonight. It's
I'll watch it
cold.
again.
It's so cold. It's
Because
crazy.
my love for Eddie is mainly due to his comedic acting and his
Okay.
movies. Like Coming to America is my favorite movie of all time,
Yep.
bar none.
Yeah.
But I've only watched Raw and Delirious maybe once or twice when I was a kid. I didn't watch them again,
Okay, yeah.
so I need to rewatch them. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, I don't. When I've seen little clips, I'm like, nah, this ain't really doing it for me. But I need to watch it in full.
Yeah, watch it in its entirety. I think
Yeah.
you'll like Raw. I think
Yeah.
Raw has aged well.
Mm.
You get me? Obviously, it's the 80s, so
Yeah.
he's going crazy. There's all that the language.
Yeah,
The language is sensational.
yeah,
You get me? Like,
yeah,
the man them are saying some things.
yeah,
You get me?
yeah.
But yeah, no, it's cold, man. It's definitely cold.
Okay.
Sorry, Eman?
I would say Richard Pryor,
Okay.
Eddie Murphy, Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, Bernie Mac.
Yeah.
I'll say Bernie Mac.
Who's your favorite comedian of all time? Just one. Mine's Dave Chappelle, all time.
I think
From the Dave Chappelle show to his stand-ups, no one's made me laugh as much. As
yeah,
that man.
he's a
Like,
genius.
he's a
man.
genius.
He's a genius.
Bernie Mac might be. There's something about Bernie that. And Cat Williams like a legend as well, but there's something about Bernie.
Cat's funny though. Cat is
It's
is
in your heart, man.
hilarious.
Bernie's just in my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Mike Epps is super funny as well, but some of his stand-up's terrible. There's something about
No,
Mike
Mike
Epps
is
funny.
Mike is hilarious.
Mike is
Even down to
hilarious.
just the way he says
But
things.
some of his he's got good. Some of his stand-up, there's good bits of it. But I haven't seen a whole thing that's
same.
actually good.
Yeah.
But regardless of that,
Yeah,
I'm biased.
Yeah.
He's one of the funniest people on this page.
yeah.
Mike Epps is different.
At any point, was Kevin Hart up there for you? At any
Yes.
point?
I
At any
think the
point?
first two.
The
stand-ups.
first two or three,
First
innit?
two or
When
three?
when he was on fire,
Yes.
Laugh at my pain.
and then he just kind of
And then
derailed
remember when he
that.
done when he done the Shaq, remember that set that he done from that Shaq All Star thing
Yeah.
was legendary.
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Like Kevin was
Kevin was
amazing. He was in his
You
bag.
know what the issue
100%.
with Kevin is
Victim of his own
all
success,
the
man.
rumors that he has a lot of writers. That
Oh.
tarnished.
Nah, I don't think it
For
does
me.
because it's not a rumor. If you know about them boys, what they called the thingy boys, like the
Plastic
Plastic.
Boys.
the plastic cup
Yeah.
boys,
Mm.
all Naeem and them, man. They're
Yeah,
like,
they
you
help.
know his team, like
Yeah,
you,
it's all
like
I
it's-
know, but you know what it is. Sometimes when the veil's taken off you,
Mm.
it just diminishes.
I don't know because I watch a lot
Power.
of comedians talking, and that's common standard in
Yeah,
comedy.
a lot of them, yeah.
Like
Eddie
common
Murphy-
standard.
I know,
Murphy
but you know what it
stuff.
is. If I never know, it doesn't taint me. It doesn't taint the image to me. Innit? If I find out, it taints it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I don't see it like rap.
It's
You know
the
what I mean?
deception that he wants to uphold. man.
Yeah. Uphold the deception. Deceive me forever. You know what I mean?
You're done? You're finished?
Yep.
Is that it? So as always, thank you guys for always tuning to the show. We really appreciate it. Do follow us on all our social media platforms, The Day After TNB. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, comment, like our videos, do all that great stuff. Leave your comments. We appreciate all of them. You can also send voice notes and text messages to 075 6484 1073. If you would like to inquire about the show or feature on the show, email our team at thedayafter@thenewblack.com. Black, as you should know by now, is spelled with an X. Have a great weekend and stay blessed.
Stay tuned.